So, welcome everybody to session 10. So, previously you had explored, you'd continued your journeys and you had explored the Howling Caverns, or the Howling Caves, at where you ran into some gelatinous uh, slime kind of creatures. You're not sure what they are, but they seem to be hiding out in the water and attack when you'd get close. And during this attack, Ragu's familiar was destroyed, and that started a hatred with Ragu that continues to this day and will continue onward. And once you found your way through the caves, you found your way through some small tunnels, and then you found your way into a kind of hidden area, and you were able to find some strange glowing ore. You aren't sure what the significance of that is, but it is pretty clear already that it does definitely has some value. And at that point, you continued from the Howling Caves, and eventually made your way to the crater. And I'm going to move you there. And once you approached the crater, you found several large metal towers. You found pyramids. You found central structures. You also discovered where the previous expedition, where their remains were, and where they were destroyed. And you were able to pick through their remains, and at least one of you was able to find something of some value there. And at that point in time, you decided to explore the crater after discovering that Galen, for some reason, seems to be safe from the defenses. And you're pretty sure that those towers are some sort of defense. And so you made your way into the central structure, and as you were approaching, several large, or a rather large door, a lot like a modern garage door, except larger, seemed to be opening, and behind it you can see a large form automata. But most of you made your way into the structure, leaving Pico and potentially Ire behind, depending on what Ire thinks about things. So as we begin, the bulk of you are inside the structure, and Pico remains outside, buried under the ground. So in that case, I'm going to go ahead and move you to the map.
That sounded ominous. I'd like to think that I was just bunkered under the ground.
Fair enough. All right, so at least one of you are not on this map. So what I think, I think what I'm going to do potentially is put a marker so they can see, but the idea is they won't be able to move or interact. So I'm just going to go ahead and put Pico on the map so he can see, but as far as you guys are concerned, Pico isn't there, but it's just so he has something to see as we go. And so the bulk of you see a corridor that near the entrance you can see the dust and dirt blowing in. You can see that the walls and floor are metallic, and you see two doors off to either side. But these doors, it looks like they've been bent and partially melted from something. And so it looks like with brute force you could potentially move them to the side. And you can see that behind the doors is a bunch of overgrowth, vines and plants that seem to be growing for some reason, and which you could clear away to get through the doors. And then looking ahead, you see a metal door that is intact and closed, but you can see through little holes in the bottom of the door vines growing through. And this reminds you a lot of the temple that you saw, where you had the lush greenery around the structure. But in this case, rather than being outside, it's on the inside. So what do you do? You should all be in there. You should be able to move your tokens. Let me know if I missed anybody. Go ahead.
Sorry, before we get into that one logistics thing, did anybody take any notes last time? I think I recast my aid and mage armor, but I'm not entirely sure.
I believe you did.
Oh, yes, you did.
We
Cool,
had just
thanks.
gone into 7th day. Yep.
Got it. All right, let's deal with these plants.
And remember, Pico's not there. He's just there so he can see stuff.
Maybe we should try some of these doors, eh? Is there any writings on the walls?
As you're looking around, you can see that they're fairly stark and plain metal walls. You can see they're covered in dust and dirt, but you don't see any specific markings, at least not out here.
And the doors that we're up against, they're locked. What's the situation?
Well, like I said, they seem to be closed, but you can see that the parts of the metal door are kind of ripped and melted. And the door isn't even blocking the passageway completely. What most of it is basically a solid wall of plants.
Okay.
Ragu, don't you have some sort of botany to kind of see what kind of plants these are? If like, I don't know, poisonous or anything like that before we touch them?
Yes. Let me go ahead and do that. I go ahead to investigate the types of plants they are, if they're recognizable or anything.
Okay, go ahead and make your roll. All right, yeah, you're looking at the plants, and you've seen these plants here in this world. You don't recognize them from home, but they do seem to be some sort of vine. Based on what you know of botany, you're pretty sure that they are not poisonous, and they don't seem to be moving or acting unplant-like in any way that you can discern. So they seem safe enough.
These seem like very normal vines. I think there's no danger.
So should we just hack at it and just see if we can try and figure out a way in past the plants?
Well, I do have the crowbar.
Okay.
I reach into my pack and I pull out the crowbar. Would you like to start on the left or the right?
You're in front of the right. Let's start with the right.
Alrighty. Is it just a strength check to try and get the doors open?
Basically, like I said, most of the issues, the plants. So I'm going to say that if you hack at the plants with like a knife or a sword or something, and then use your crowbar a bit to get the door the rest of the way open, you can do it without a check, but it'll take about 10 minutes.
Can I help him with it? I don't know if. Oh, you said you without a check, it would just take 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Then never mind. Just go for it.
Yep, I'll just go for it.
Okay, so yeah, you spend 10 minutes hacking at the plants and prying the door open. And you open up to another room. This room seems to be covered in plants. You see some strange chair, and at the end of the chair, you see a flat rectangular object, but dimly lit on the object. It's almost like you're looking at the side of the crater where you guys were last. You can see where Pico was kind of, you can see where Pico is. You don't see him himself because you see he's he's underground, but you can see that general area where he is. You can see the remnants of the previous expedition. And then around that, you see several dimly glowing rectangular objects. And then in addition to that, you see strange cylindrical objects that seem partially hollow, and various tubes in the room. And then you see another door. The door appears to be closed and intact. You don't see any evidence of it being locked. You think you should be able to pull it open if so desired. Actually, sorry, real quick. No, sorry, not pull it open. What you see next to it is a handprint with one too many fingers dimly lit. Okay, go ahead, Oreo.
Well, first off, if I believe Galen and I mean, Ira's not with us, but if Galen sees that thing that's in there, does that provoke anything from his memory by any chance? I don't know if that's
Um,
one of the
that's a
triggers.
good point, and it might. Galen, go ahead and roll a d8.
All right. Hey, it did.
Okay, so Galen, you have a memory. You remember being nearby, and you hear some sort of loud wailing noise. You see these flashing, strobing lights. You hear somebody say in a language that you don't currently understand, but you understand it in your memory. We're under attack, and you see someone in that very chair, and you see him pushing the buttons, and um, and then you feel the place rumble as they push the button, and then the memory ends.
I'll describe that to everybody else. Seems like it's like some type of controlling mechanism or something like that for the tower. Or maybe it's defenses. I don't know.
If that's the case,
See if we
could
can turn off the
yeah,
resistance
exactly.
with that. Yeah.
I was
Can
just
we
gonna
turn off
say,
the big old lasers?
yeah. So can between
Let
you
me,
two do that while I look at the door and see if I can try and pry it open in the meantime?
yeah, let me see if I can remember how to work this thing if I ever knew.
Okay. You're
Do you
looking
think
at it. You did remember seeing the person operate, but the memory is fuzzy. Go ahead and make an intelligence check.
I was gonna say, can
Uh,
I help them in any way with Artificer's lore? This is an artifact. Maybe I can deduce how it works without having the instruction manual.
You couldn't do that on your own, but perhaps with his fuzzy memories, it might help. So yes, go ahead and roll for with advantage.
the advantage. Okay. My intelligence is not that great, so
You want
we'll
the DC is 15.
there we go.
And
Okay.
as you sit there, you do remember that there is a way to disable the external defenses. And um, you almost without thinking about it, because you actually made that with or without advantage. So almost without thinking about it, you just start hitting a series of buttons, and then the screen goes blank. And Ragu, you were trying to help him, but you didn't get a chance. He just did it. But unfortunately, afterward, you don't even really remember what you did. It's almost like your
Yeah,
body took over on its own.
So we
I
weird.
was
just saw
paying
him.
attention though when
Wait,
he
so
was
we
doing
just saw
it,
him
right?
press a bunch of buttons, and we're like, "What the fuck are you doing?"
Yeah, it's like all of a sudden, for a moment, he just knew what he was doing, and it's like he was just pushing a bunch of buttons. You see the screen changing, you see the lights flickering, and then everything goes dark.
Gator, maybe you should talk to us before you start touching a bunch of shit.
I'm
Please?
sorry, I didn't mean to. It just happened.
Hey, that's right.
I
Did I
think
get
I
a good
turned off
look
the
at what he was
defenses.
doing?
You looked, and after picking a jaw up off the floor, um, you have an idea that he was pushing buttons and it was controlling the machine.
Oh, besides, he was on drugs. Why would he think first?
Yeah, I'm just vibing right now, guys. I'm
Oh
just
god.
Yep.
going through the
The strobe
motions.
lights are his rave. He's like a DJ or something now.
I'm into it.
Alrighty. In
Well,
fact,
technically,
you
well, I
actually
would
get
say,
experience for that.
oh god.
Sweet. I turned off the defenses, I think, guys.
Well, okay, so
Awesome.
okay, so just to reaffirm, Jeremy, we see the outside from where we're at though, or like the general area of
You
the
did see
crater?
the outside, but once he was done, the whole thing seemed to turn itself off.
Interesting.
Wait a second. Let's go check.
You guys go check. I'm gonna check the door. I've been there the whole time trying to see if I can pry the door open.
So okay, so with your door, like I said, it was a metal door and it seemed to be in good shape, but there was one of those handprints off to the side with one too many fingers. Trying to pry the door doesn't seem to be getting you anywhere. In fact, as hard as the material seems to be, you don't understand how the other doors appear to be bent and melted. But you do have the handprint panel.
I mean, I don't think it's ever worked with any of the cats, but I'm just gonna try and put the paw on there. It does nothing, right?
Yeah, you press it and it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, I figured. Okay, so I'll just wait in the hallway while they go check that out.
All right, so Ragu, you're going outside, right?
I'm gonna poke my head out and look to the sides to see if I can see those towers moving.
Yeah, the towers seem to be motionless. And
Awesome.
before you had that door that was opening, that seems to be closed.
Oh,
Okay, it didn't just get stuck half open, half closed. It's now closed.
Yes.
Okay. Alrighty. Yeah, it seems to have turned off the weapons. You must come back
However,
in here.
Galen, you're pretty sure that only turned off the exterior defenses.
yeah, no, not the interior ones. We're still gonna have to
Okay.
deal with some craziness inside here.
So we've got something to run with. So now let's go to the left door and have a feeling that there might be something similar to deal with here. So I want to start prying at the door,
Okay.
similar that we did with
So
previous.
another 10 minutes, and you're
Yep.
able to get it open. And inside, you see a similar setup. You see another one of those chairs. You see some more pipes and panels. And you see another closed door with another handprint on the side with one too many fingers.
Before you guys touch the door, how about you guys fix the thing? And I look at the what looks like a similar chair,
The
right?
chair it looks very similar to the other one, but it's completely dark.
Oh, everything's dark on this one?
I
Yeah.
think this one's off, or it might be broken.
This one appears
Okay.
to be more overgrown.
Was there
Uh,
anything else in the right room?
There was a door that's closed with a
Okay, yeah.
handprint with one too many fingers. But
Mhm.
otherwise, yeah, you see a bunch of tubes. These things seem to be open and they go somewhere into the darkness. Um, but otherwise, the room is mostly just overgrown.
Galen, do
Hmm.
you want to touch your hand over to one of those prints by any chance? Just out of
Yeah, I
curiosity.
can do that. Which one do you want me to open?
The one that we're in now.
Left room? Okay.
Okay.
I'll go
Just
ahead
come
and open up
Now,
this
I've
door.
got a question about what happened
Oh
outside.
shit, it works. Interesting.
Yeah, go ahead.
Sorry.
So you mentioned that the door closed, but did that large format automata actually have an opportunity to get out first?
It did not. It hadn't moved yet.
All right.
And actually, Pico, I don't know. I know you're bunkered underneath. I don't know how often you peek outside, but the next time you do, you'll notice that the towers are completely still.
Well, I was going to be watching from the first place, so I wanted to see what happened with the war machine. Basically, the idea is I'd duck down if it seemed like there was some sort of threat going on, or if nothing really changed.
Okay. So yeah, you get the impression that the towers are no longer active.
Hmm. Interesting. Well,
Alrighty.
I may make myself an above-ground patio so I can monitor things in the shade.
Fair enough. All right,
Um,
Galen, you've just opened up another room. Basically, when you pushed the door, it didn't swing open like you might expect. It actually sunk into the ground.
Hmm. Okay. It's kind of dark in there. I'm gonna turn on a torch.
Okay.
Oh, who
I
turned
did
that
it.
on?
Yeah, I
Oh,
did.
okay.
What color was the darkness?
Like dark brown.
And what flavor?
Chocolatey. With like hints of mint.
Now that's a good darkness.
Yes, sir. All right, well, what the hell is this?
Anyway, what you see is several partially open metal boxes. And behind the metal boxes, you see one of those cylindrical blue objects, where it's glass and it seems to be blue on the inside, very similar to the Automata Cave, although it's completely dark. And inside the metal boxes, you can see poking out these metallic cylinders.
Huh. Okay. Should I roll for this or no?
That, That's a good point. Does he get to roll for something like
Is
this
this,
if he
or is this
checks,
just
or
the automata things that we've already looked at and
yeah?
I've already rolled for?
Um, you can go ahead and roll. That's fine.
Okay.
See the map.
Were you in the dark the entire time?
No. Oh wait, there it is. I found it.
Oh,
Well, I got some form of memory.
So
Just
yeah,
not about this.
you have a memory. You have a memory of walking down, walking with another person that looks pretty similar to you, although perhaps half your age. You want to guess, and and this person has long hair and is a slightly deeper purple than you, and you're talking about you're having a conversation with them about the experiment, and he's asking you, do you really want to go through with it? And then the memory ends.
Okay, I'll tell them that. But tell them I don't think it's related to this thing.
okay.
Yeah, weird. So there's
Do you guys want
cylinders?
to? Yeah. Do you guys want to investigate the thingamajigger on the floor here? Cause
Let's look at it. This is weird.
All right. So what are you guys looking at?
We're looking at the automata thing. Didn't you say there were cylinders coming out of the
Yeah, so
automata
there
thing?
you have these metal boxes, and
Mhm.
so I'm gonna go ahead and back you up real quick, just so you can see these metal boxes here,
Uh-huh.
and then inside you have the metallic cylinders. These metallic
Okay.
cylinders are about 4 feet long and about a quarter of a foot wide. And then you have the large glass blue cylinder, very similar to what you had at the Automata Cave. Now you guys
Got
can
it.
move again.
So I
I
think
think. Oh, go ahead.
I think the automata thing is pretty self-explanatory. I have no idea what the cylinders might be. They might just be steel beams, but they might be like something else if you want to like detect magic or something on them.
Yeah,
I
currently
was
they're
gonna say.
inside the boxes, and the boxes, are basically covered in vines. So you would actually have to pry one out to get a better look.
Yeah, I was gonna say I want to clear away some of the vines and get one of these boxes open to see if these cylinders somehow fit in with this. Like maybe puzzle pieces or something.
Yeah, well, be careful touching them. I don't know
Okay.
how I like touching those things.
Okay, so
I can spend 10 minutes doing a detect magic ritual.
you're gonna do that first.
Yeah.
Okay, so you spend 10 minutes. You do your detect magic. You get very dim readings from this thing, and very dim readings from each of the cylinders.
Okay, so it doesn't seem like it'll be that bad for you. You want to take a peek around the rest of the rooms
yeah.
though too?
Can you open the other room just because now that I know that you can open it, you probably have a better way of accessing most of this stuff inside. There's a door down here that you can touch.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait till Ragu does his full sweep of the other rooms though with his detect magic on.
Okay.
Okay,
Then I'll open up
In
the
that
door.
case,
so yeah,
all right.
from the other rooms you get a little bit from the chair, and from the other chair as well. You get a little bit from deep inside these tubes in the darkness, and then a bit from these tubes. It's almost like something's moving inside continuously.
That's weird.
And then there's something magical behind that door.
Okay, I'm gonna open up the door then.
Okay.
Ready? Get ready.
Yeah, please don't be a turret. Okay.
You open up the door and you see more of the boxes, and they also have those 4 foot long cylinders. Although, again, you'd have to pry them out to get a better look. And you see another one of those cylinder objects like at the Automata Cave. But this one, too, unlike the graphics would suggest, is there's no light coming out of it.
All right, well, let's check out what these cylinders do.
Yep.
Yeah. Go ahead and get these boxes open.
Okay,
Pull out a cylinder for a closer look.
you get one of the boxes open, and you just see that there are several of these cylindrical objects inside, you see that the cylindrical objects, they seem to be on one end. They seem to be partially hollow. If they go in, it's like it goes into the cylinder by maybe half a foot or so. And on the other end, instead of being flat, the top of it is curved. And you can actually see some markings along the side that look like they're probably words.
Okay, is there any way for you to be knowing what these are there, Galen?
He
I
already
think
checked his.
I already rolled for
Yeah,
them.
he already rolled, so he got his memory. Oh,
No, I
and since
just
you're checking out the cylinder, are you picking one up?
yes.
So yeah, each one of these cylinders is about 10 pounds.
Oh, heavy. Well, if you give me a few minutes, I can try identify, but it's not working so well in the past, you know.
Try it. Might as well.
Alrighty.
All
Now
right.
that I'm touching one, I will go ahead and ritual cast identify to see if I can glean anything off it.
You do know that they are dimly magical, and it's tough to make anything out, but you get the impression that somehow or another these are weapons.
It's not good.
Are these
And
bombs
yeah,
or something?
so there's probably about 10 of these in each box, and each one weighs about 10 pounds individually.
I'm thinking, yes, we might be wanting to take a few of these.
I don't think a lot of us can carry all that much right now, though. I think we might
I
have to
know.
leave
I
them
will
here for
carry
now.
some, but since they're right here by the door, we can get some out to the cart very quickly. I've got this one in my hand. How big is the cylinder again? How wide is the inner circumference?
It
So
was
yeah, it's
4 feet long and a quarter of a foot wide is what I got.
yeah,
So it's not wide enough for me to say stick my hand into that tube.
no.
Okay.
Anyway, so there's 7 boxes, and there are 10 per box, and each one is, like I said, 10 pounds.
Considering these are really nearby the entry, though, maybe let's just hold off from carry one. It's fine if it's not going to impede with your speed, but leave the rest here for now, and then we'll come back to this before we leave.
Yeah, we don't know how dangerous these are, so we don't want to
Yeah,
really mess with
I'm,
all of them.
I almost feel like these are bombs in themselves. I don't want to
Yeah,
touch
I
them
was
right now.
thinking, I was getting some strong missile vibes from them.
Out of curiosity, how heavy are these green discs?
Um, Probably maybe a quarter of a pound.
Were these ones that were a foot in diameter?
No, the ones in a foot in diameter were silvery metallic looking.
Okay. Um,
You should have 3 of those, I believe. I believe that's how many you found.
yeah.
But those are distinct from the green discs.
Alrighty. Well, I think one thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take my spare set of traveler's clothes, cast prestidigitation on them to make them nice and cool for the next hour, and change clothes. I am also going to try and find, I guess, some piece of flattish debris that I am going to do the same thing with prestidigitation and then use Mage Hand to fan myself while I'm lounging in the shade with cool clothes.
Fair enough. So
Hopefully
before the
then-
rest of you continue, Joel, do you want to try bugging Shane again, or are we going to give up on that?
Call him one more time.
While that's happening, what are the rest of you doing?
Okay, is there any way that these rods fit into this thing here?
You don't see how. You don't see any openings or gaps or anything like that to stick them in.
All right. And like Galen said, I can take one of these rods and without completely doing it, does it fit into this tube?
It does.
I bet you put some in there and then they go firing off if they're a weapon.
Yeah, like a missile, like a
Mhm.
torpedo.
Yeah.
That was a point that he was just making, but since that's turned off, we're not gonna actually use it for that probably in the near future.
Yeah, I'm not.
So-
I didn't put it in all the way anyway. I just wanted to see if it would fit. But yeah, that makes perfect sense. I'll put it back. We have the one doors there, yes.
Yep, we can start working on that.
You see the closed metal door. Off to one side, you can see the handprint with one too many fingers.
Galen, come here.
Yeah, on my way. All right. Let's open this bad boy up.
Fair enough. You open it
Whoa.
up, and you see a
Whoa.
large but partially overgrown chamber. And as you look, you can see directly ahead is a large door. Off to either side are large pillars, although the surface of the pillars have a crystalline structure to them. They're not transparent. They seem to be made out of some sort of polished stone, perhaps, but the structure of the pieces fitting together definitely look like crystal. In addition, you can see stairs leading to a lower path that is partially overgrown, and you see curious colored markings on the ground, although they are faded and covered with dirt. So what do you do?
I don't think we should go in just yet. This room looks spooky.
I just kind of poke my head in and look to the left and the right to see if I can see anything.
Isn't your detect magic still running?
Yeah, it should be.
In that case, you can see dimly see magic there, dimly see magic there, dimly see magic there. You're also getting a magical presence from behind this pillar, behind this
Yeah.
pillar, and behind this pillar.
Yeah,
Not
that's
by the
good.
bottom left one?
No.
No, I don't like that one bit.
Ah, interesting.
All righty then.
I'm sensing combat. I think we should grab Pico before we go into this room.
Now,
Maybe.
One thing you do know is that since you've deactivated the exterior defenses, you could potentially go back and then come back the next day if you so chose.
Do we know though, as of right now, like, okay, so the external defenses, we dealt with those coming in, but do we know if, like, if we were to be away from Galen, that it would trigger anything else around the place?
No.
Yeah.
You only know that the exterior defenses are disabled.
Why don't we do a test? Do you want to go out there? Galen can stay here with me.
I go down the stairs and I come over this way.
No,
and I want to.
All right.
No.
In that
in.
case,
No.
Why?
in
That was
that
the
case,
wrong way.
Dude,
I wanted to keep
Wrong way.
actually no. I'll give. Here's what you do,
one.
Ragu. Go ahead and give me a stealth check.
Okay. I wanted to just peek. I wanted to see if I could see what was making those dim.
Fair enough.
Dim.
And you're peeking. Let's see if you were able to peek quietly.
Okay.
Wrong way.
Can I use tailing or is this just straight?
Um,
I am moving and.
that's
being
fair.
quiet.
You can use tailing. All right. It does not seem to have reacted to your presence yet, although you suspect that if you get any closer that it will. And what
I'm
you
going-
see is an automata, and it is standing perfectly still. But unlike the automata you know, unlike Ire, one of his arms appears to be a sword. And the other arm, while it has a hand, it under the arm seems to be this metallic tube.
Oh no.
And you can see that his eyes are glowing a sickly green color.
They've got cannons.
So what do you do?
Very quietly, tipping my toe in, right back this way, and through the door. I kind of, shuffle everybody through the door.
Oh, really?
door.
You think so? That's, oh,
Through
wow,
the
I
door.
didn't think about that.
That's such an
I
interesting
go
thought
ahead.
you
I
have
go
in
ahead
there.
and before I say anything, I go ahead and turn and grab Galen's hand, and I just place his hand on the thing to shut the door again.
Fair enough. So
Whether
everybody,
whether he volunteered or not, I just grab and
wait. Okay.
once the door is shut, I say, "Okay, there's some big, nasty, robot-looking monsters in there.
I
I
don't
No,
would
think
probably
none of us
take them
could have
out by
guessed that.
myself, but
yeah.
Uh,
It's not like we
maybe it's
all
good to have
said that there was
friends.
going to
Huh?
be combat in that room, and then you just ran into it.
I didn't run in. You said go look, so I was gonna just kind of
no,
look
No,
around
no,
to
we
opposite
see if I
didn't.
could see.
direction. We said go out the
We
place, not
wanted to
in.
see if you got shot by the sky beam.
Yes.
Hmm. Oh,
Oh,
you were trying to
God.
get me shot. I was okay. I see how it goes.
Well, you were trying to
No,
get you shot too, so don't blame that on us.
no, that's fine. I just wanted to sneak to see if I can see what was behind the pillar, and I did because I
Well,
got a
Okay.
kind of a glimpse of something.
Let's go back down here and then
Yeah, leave that door shut. Yes, we will. We will come back in full force.
but
Okay.
and all jokes aside though, I do want us to all be outside, but then one of us be outside of the 10-foot radius of Galen and just see if there's any triggers. Just out of curiosity.
Okay.
All right, this I can do. Galen stays with the rest of you, and I very slowly walk 5 feet away,
Nothing
look
happens.
around, 10
Nothing
feet
happened?
away,
Nothing happens.
look around.
Yep. So
Yay.
I
far,
go
nothing
to
has happened.
15
Sweet.
feet.
Okay.
I go to 15 feet, but I'm ready to dive back towards the others.
So far, nothing has happened.
Nice.
And
Okay.
20 feet.
Okay. Still nothing.
yay, we did it,
Yeah.
guys.
All right,
I'm
let's go
I'm
back.
thinking this is good.
Yep, let's go back.
Yeah, let's get home. Let's go see what Pico's been up to.
Actually, it's very defensible in here. Maybe we can
We can
pitch
camp
camp
in here
here
tonight.
next to and inside the shadow of these buildings.
Sure.
Although from here, do we see a big ass patio that he's made over at the edge of the crater or something?
That's a good question. Pico, describe what they see.
All right. Well, I went ahead and kind of built up a earthen berm, and then I set up my tent that I unpacked from the wagon on top of it. So basically, put a canopy. Um, Below that, I also went ahead and formed up the earth to give myself a little spot to recline, and I am sitting there and fanning myself with Mage Hand.
Jeez.
Well, he was exhausted. Maybe that's relaxation.
Somebody signal him to get out here.
Uh,
Doesn't
uh,
anyone
will
here
go
have
ahead and-
prestidigitation or something to do like
I-
fireworks?
Yeah, I do. I do.
All right. So what are you doing?
I'm going to, I'm going to shoot up colorworks, or like some type of firework or message that just says "Come here" in big shiny letters.
Okay. That's what you see, Pico. What do you do?
Is he gonna fire back? Come.
Oh God!
yeah,
Why would you give him that idea? Holy
you're right. I'm
shit.
sorry. I just thought it would be funny.
What spell did he use for that?
Just prestidigitation.
Don't even tell him. Just let him guess. It doesn't happen.
I'm going to use minor illusion to
Oh, he's flexing
Oh
on me.
God damn
What
it!
an asshole.
write the word no.
Oh my God!
All right.
All right. So what do you do?
I'll
I'm
put
just
up
gonna-
a big. I'll put up a big frowny face with prestidigitation.
Okay. That's what you see, Pico. So what do you do?
Obviously, he's comfortable up there. I think we should go that way.
Maybe we should use his camp. It does look pretty cozy up there. I'm not gonna lie. Down here, it's kind of sandy and ununiform.
On uniform? That's your requirement for a camp?
Well, I mean, I'm gonna be sliding down the crater the entire night.
I'm going to do a couple of illusions. I'm going to do one that's a still image of a tabaxi falling down the side of the cliff. And then I'm going to do another one that shows a tabaxi cowering in fear as some automata is about to club its head in. And then put a big question mark as my third illusion.
I just kind of wave my hand and throw up a minor illusion of my own.
Oh, Jesus Christ, guys! You know what? I'm just gonna start walking back to the freaking.
Yeah, let's just go to the camp.
Fair
Too
enough.
much.
You make your way
of
back.
of a wet, frowning tabaxi with a yellow stripe on his back. And then we walk back to the
Wait,
camp.
what?
A wet tabaxi with a yellow stripe on its back. And then we walk back to camp.
Oh,
I'm assuming you're using the same rope that you set up before?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So in that case, everybody makes it back. And you've arrived. Let's see, by this time, it is probably in the afternoon. It's another hot day. You've got a couple hours of daylight left. So what are you going to do, or if anything?
This is a nice camp you have set up. Where's my chair?
go ahead and mold earth up another little spot.
I just kind of sit down. I was just joking with you before, yeah? You're not yellow. We know this.
Well, no, I'd probably be a bloody red pulp if I went down there.
Actually, we did find something that we were going to be fighting sometime soon, but I figured everybody would like a little fun.
Oh yeah.
And don't get me wrong, of course, I can take it out on my own with no problems, but just maybe if everybody else would like to participate,
I say from the far back, yeah, right.
I'd love to be an unnecessary mortal danger. Said every sarcastic panther ever.
Alrighty. Alright, so do you guys do anything during that day, or are you just going to hang out until the next day?
Including a certain famous sarcastic leopard.
I don't have anything to do for the day, so I'm just gonna chill.
Okay. So, yeah, you guys make out camp, and, everybody go ahead and mark off your rations and your water and everything. And Pico, you can make a DC 10 Constitution save to see if you're able to gain back your exhaustion. But however, since you spent the previous day relaxing and fanning yourself and doing all of that, you have advantage.
Does my disadvantage? Oh wait, no, it's only on ability checks.
Yeah, it's
okay.
not on saves. Okay, barely, but you're a little sore, but you no longer have any levels of exhaustion. And so you wake up the next day, and it's another hot day, but it is slightly cloudy. Go ahead, Galen.
So I just ran out of water in my personal pack. Is there where's
Shit.
the
cart has another week's worth for you, so just
So yeah,
refill
just
it.
mark yourself back up to 7 days. I'll go ahead and mark off one of the water barrels for you.
Oh, thanks. Okay.
And then
There, that's
just to,
updated.
Jeremy, it was 2 rations and 2 water.
No.
1 ration, 2 water.
That's right.
Got it. Thank you. All right, just want to be sure. Thank you.
All right. So yep, like I said, it's the next day. It's slightly cloudy, but still hot. So what are you gonna do?
Do you want to guys head back into the crater, or do you want to work around the outside now that it's safe?
Go back in is my vote.
Yeah, I think so too.
Where- Let's head back in then. Pico gets to come this time.
Does he? Because I'm pretty sure he sounded like a scaredy cat yesterday.
Yeah, he did.
Alrighty then. All right. Let me go ahead and get you moved over. The heck?
You said there were
Of
some
course, I have
markings
to
on that.
wonder about the bravery of people who absolutely needed a weakened cat with them.
There we go. All right, so you should see the map. I accidentally apparently had one of the characters over. Let me see where. Oh, that is weird. Where is?
Where am I?
Yeah,
I'm in
you
dark.
got moved way off to another part of the map. All right, let me put you back in.
I'm in
Well, I
complete
mean, it
dark.
is his his home, right? He can open every door. Of course, it can be anywhere.
All right, so everybody can see their characters and everything.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
You said there were markings on that missile tube thing.
Yes, and every single one has the exact same markings.
All right, I go have them written down, but we still don't know how to translate them yet, right?
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, definitely keep track of that because you can make use of that when you get back.
Okay.
All right. So you're all there except for Ire. He seems to be out of it today for some reason. He followed you, but he's just kind of hanging in the back, not doing anything. Looks like he'll be useless in a fight. So what do you do?
Jeez, maybe it needs new batteries.
I go ahead and describe. I saw one automata type person in that room up there. He seemed to have a sword on one hand and maybe a strange ballista on his other. And I believe I detected 3, but I only saw 1.
Wait, did you say a ballista?
Yeah, like a tube that shoots, like the towers.
How big is this thing?
It wasn't too big. I describe it properly.
Yeah, it's basically the same size as Ire.
Why would something that size have a ballista?
We're using proper terminology here. I could call it a gun, but we don't have a gun back in our world yet.
Yeah, but we have crossbows.
Yes, but it did not have Zabar for the crossbow. That part was missing.
Well, then it's not a ballista either.
Well,
A
then what would
ballista
you
is
like to call
basically
it?
a ballista
would
is
you like to
basically
call
a
it?
catapult-sized crossbow.
Well, what would you like to call it?
Well,
A
you're the one who
crossbow
saw
hole
it.
with no bow.
A weapon.
Probably a ranged weapon.
Actually, you guys
Ranged weapon.
would have cannons on ships.
Okay.
So maybe a mini cannon.
Yeah, like a miniature cannon. Okay, cannon. That works much better than ballista because I couldn't think of anything else big that was time period appropriate.
Fair enough.
Yeah, because I mean, describing as having a weapon big enough to be hauled around by horses
No,
doesn't
it's a
inspire
miniature.
confidence for attacking it.
It's like a miniature cannon attached to his wrist, about the same size as his forearm. And these are medium type creatures. They're about human sized.
So, actually, this brings up an interesting point. Since the external things didn't want to shoot me, would you guys mind if I did a quick experiment and saw if the automata wanted to attack me? If they
Ooh,
did, you guys
good
could
idea.
rescue me. If not, then obviously I can investigate the room a little bit and report
Yes.
back to you.
Yeah, I'm down for
Okay,
that.
that sounds good. Order, you want to get up here by the door with me, and we can rush in and grab Galen if he is in need of trouble.
Sure, I'm not in front of my computer, but just imagine that I am. Oh, so
All right.
just yeah, I'm doing
No
that.
problem. Okay, Galen, you go ahead and go in, and I kind of point the direction. There was one over here, but
Got it. Okay, I will step into the room, cautiously moving forward.
All right. As you step into the room, you hear footsteps as
Ah!
one of them comes around, and as he looks in your direction, you see his eyes glow brighter, and you hear a metallic whining voice that hurts your ears, and he seems to be waiting for something.
Do you speak common?
And at that point, he points his cylinder at you, and we're
Yep.
gonna roll
Okay.
dive.
Yeah,
Dive.
I'll
As soon as
get
he
up.
pointed his cylinder, yeah, I dive.
So that's important to know, though. If I could actually speak the ancient tongue of my people, I could probably tell them to stand down. So that's cool. I think I got scared, though. This guy's definitely gonna shoot me. Actually, Ragu might be able to get me out of the way.
All right. Has everybody rolled? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like it. All right. So we are on round 1 of combat. So Pico, you saw Galen walk in, and the automata tried apparently to speak to him, perhaps, and failing that, he is now pointing his weapon his direction. Or at least it looks like a weapon. So what do you do?
Your sound's off if you said anything.
I
Trying to move
Sorry.
forward.
Yeah, I don't know. What are you gonna? Yeah, we just gonna attack him?
I don't know that we have much choice.
That's fair.
Unless you think it's just going to treat you as an intruder and try to apprehend you.
I don't know, to be completely honest. But either way, I don't think I want to be apprehended just now. So let's fuck him up.
Okay. So what are you doing?
All right. Well, I'm going to go ahead and try and attack with my claws.
The
Wow, that
first
sucks.
attack scrapes against his armor, but the second attack hits for a solid 4 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
Oh, crap. Nope.
These guys are tough.
I see one in the back left corner.
Yeah, there's 3 of them. There's
Yeah, I
one
detected
here,
3.
one
Yes, one there,
One
one
there.
there. I only got to see this one though, but there should be 3 in here.
And I'm going to hop around a corner here with feline agility and call it good.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu, you see the one automata pointing his weapon at Galen. You saw Pico run in, attack, and then leave. What are you going to do?
He's pointing his weapon at Galen. If we're just doing the fuck him up, then all right.
Yeah. I think I
Run
can
in.
get out of the way of him in particular in time.
Yeah,
So don't worry
especially if I'm there, he'll have a negative maybe to hit you, I think. Because
I was actually gonna run up and see if I could hit him before I ran around something, but yeah.
Oh yeah, you can do that too. There's still plenty of space. Would I run up and
Okay.
just haul away?
All right, go for it. All right, you attack him, but your blade bounces off his armor.
And then I just go for a punch.
Ow.
You punch him in the face. It hurts. Actually, you got a brass knuckle, so it doesn't hurt your hand. But you can feel, steel on whatever metal that is. But it does hit. Go ahead and roll damage. All right. Wow. A good 8 points as you ram your fist into his face. Is that the end of your turn?
Ding. That would be my turn.
All right. So one of the automata comes around the corner, and he moves forward. He points his weapon at between Galen and Ragu. And you see him fire, and you see this small cylinder get launched from the weapon, and it lands in the hex between the two of you. So both of you are going to need to make a DC 15 Dex save. Come on,
Okay.
attack. So if you make the save, you take half damage, which would
Right.
be 4 in this case. If you do not make the save, then you would take full, but both of you made it. So both of you take 4 damage. Had you failed, it would have knocked you prone and knocked you back 10 feet as well.
That's insane. Okay.
Okay, that's his turn. All right, Davak, you saw the creature fire some sort of cylinder which exploded into a wide area of fire. It looks like anything that was within 2 hexes of the point of impact will be damaged based on the size. So what do you do?
Okay. Ready to move. Where is this point of impact?
Well, it's gone now. It's just an instantaneous explosion.
Oh.
It's just something you know for the future.
Yeah. Can I step onto this? Is that okay?
Yeah.
You can step where the explosion was. It's gone now.
Yeah, I know. It's just looking like a ledge, so I wasn't
It
sure.
is, but you start off on top, so you can walk. Obviously, we'll just walk around.
Gotcha. I will. I'll just shoot him.
Which one?
The one in front of Ragu.
Okay. That is a hit.
Nice.
Very solid 7 points of damage, which he seems to take.
Dude, these guys are so tough.
Is that the end of your turn? All right.
Yes.
All right, Oreo. You saw the explosion. You see that one of them is damaged, still over half health, but getting there, and the other one has not been damaged yet. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna move forward to here and fight the one that Ragu's at.
Okay. That's a hit.
Plus,
All right, so a very solid 16 points of damage. He's at less than half health.
and then with my bonus action, disengage, and then make it here.
Okay. Fair enough.
That's it.
All
Can I
right.
use my free action to talk for a second or no?
On your turn.
Okay, never mind.
So Galen, you see one of them, try to blow you up. The other is fighting Ragu. There's one way back in the corner that you guys saw before. So what are you gonna do?
I'm actually gonna go up 1, 2, and I'm gonna try and use shocking grasp.
Okay.
I mean, my character sheet got shrunk for some reason, so give me a second.
Just double click on it. Yeah.
Yeah, no, it came up like really small. It does that sometimes, but we're all
Okay.
good now.
That is a hit, and they are vulnerable to electricity. You already knew this, so whatever damage you roll, you can double it.
Cool.
So he
Oh.
takes 6 points of damage.
Nice. And he loses his reaction, and I will now go ahead and go. So I can't just go up to the ledge like that, right?
It would
I have
be
to go around?
It's not that high. You can climb up, but it'll be difficult terrain, so it'll cost you 2 hexes of movement.
Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna hide back here.
All right. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn.
All right. So the one in front of you, Ragu, he takes his sword arm, he lifts it up, and he's gonna try to jab it into your throat. Let's see if he's successful. Nope. You easily dodge out of the way. Then the automaton in the back walks forward. He then aims his cannon at Oreo, and he fires right next to her. Oreo, go ahead and make a DC 15 dex save. All right. So you take 11 points of fire damage. You get knocked back 10 feet, and you are currently prone. And we're beginning at round 2. So, Pico, you saw. Actually, you didn't see because you're hiding way back there. But you heard an explosion.
trying to peek around the corner.
You heard an explosion, and you probably heard Oreo screaming. That's up to Oreo, though. So, what are you gonna do?
You're muted.
Wow, this movement's horrible today. Oh, jeez.
You're not able to get through the door.
Oh, I had to very carefully move to an intermediate spot.
All right. So now that you've gone,
Oh, I'm not done. All right.
now that you've gone through the door, you see Oreo is prone. So what are you doing? She is conscious. She's just prone.
Uh, all right. 7, 8. Well, I am going to go ahead and run over to here, turn into bear form, and attack the automata between me and Ragu.
Okay. Go ahead and drag your bear over.
All right. Jumbo, you being a whiny puppy.
And then you can just stick your character off to the side.
All right.
All right. The automata is flanked, so you have advantage, assuming you're going after automata 3.
Yep. So first item of business, we'll go ahead and claw this thing.
That's a critical hit.
Nice.
Okay. You claw straight down, smashing him in the head, and you just rip him apart, and he is now dead, or at least no longer active.
All right, and then I'm going to turn my attention to the one kind of behind me and bite it.
Okay.
Good thing these aren't my permanent teeth.
You did not have advantage, but you did not hit. You did try to bite him, but his metal skin is too hard.
All right.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yep.
All right, Ragu. The creature that the automata you were attacking has now been destroyed. What are you going to do?
As the bear just crushed him from behind, I just kind of smile and say, "Very nice." And then I run 1, 2, 3, 4, right up here. Whoopsh.
Okay.
And I'm big old swinging.
Okay, go for it. I don't think you. Oh, you do have advantage, so you did hit
Yeah,
because he's flanked. Yep.
that's why I ran there.
All right. I saw 7 points of damage as you slice into him.
And then a follow-up punch to the face. Maybe I can crack his lenses.
Maybe. Well, that's a good hit. All right, another 7 points of damage. Is that the end of your turn?
It is.
Alrighty, Automata 1, seeing the bear as the bigger threat, despite getting punched in the face, is going to attempt to skewer the bear. But he fails. At least I'm pretty sure an 11 fails.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even for the... Oh, wait, no. Actually, I was thinking the AC was 12. He hit 11, so I guess that hits.
You said your AC is 12?
No, I thought it was
Oh.
12, but it's apparently 11, so that does
Okay, well,
hit.
he skewers your shoulder, doing 11 points of damage. All right, Davak, you see the bear and Ragu attacking the automata. You see the automata just stab the bear in his front shoulder. What are you going to do?
I'll move over here and shoot automata 1.
Okay. You have advantage. You have advantage.
Oh, let me roll a second time then.
All right, you hit.
Ooh. 2.
Okay, another 2 points of damage.
That's my turn.
All right, Oreo, you are currently prone, but you can use half your movement to get back up.
Yep, I'll do that. And then I will use my bow for Automata 1.
All right, you have advantage.
One sec.
All right. Even with advantage, though, the bow bounces off his armor. Sorry.
That's it. End turn.
Okay. All right, Galen, you are hiding behind the pillar, but the bear and Ragu are beating on Automata 1. Automata 2 is still by the other pillar undamaged. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and I get an advantage if I shoot at it from here.
You do, because it's flanked.
Okay, then I'm not gonna get closer. I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it with a fire bolt.
Okay.
They might be resistant to it, but I want to find out. So I shoot.
All right. That does not hit. It hits the
Oh
floor
wait, but I have
nearby.
advantage. I have
Oh, go ahead and roll
advantage,
again
though. I
then.
forgot about
It might hit then.
Yeah.
Okay, well that
Yeah.
hits. All right,
Nice.
for 11 points of damage. And it takes the
So
full
he's not
damage. It does not
resistant
seem
to
to be
it?
resistant.
Okay, good.
Is that the end of your turn?
No, I'm actually gonna go hide again.
Fair enough. All right, Automata 2 will then fire between Devok and Oreo. So Devok and Oreo both make your dex save. DC 15 dex save.
Okay. Sweet.
All right, so Oreo, you take 4 points of damage. Devok, you take 8 points of damage. And in addition, you are knocked backward 10 feet, and you are knocked prone.
Okay.
All right, so beginning of round 3. Pico, you can see that Devok was knocked down, Oreo was damaged by the explosion, and you are fighting Automata 1. What are you going to do?
Alright, well, I am going to go ahead and claw this thing.
That
You're
is a
muted
hit,
again.
and apparently you muted. And you slash him for 9 points of damage.
I'll also bite the damn thing.
Unfortunately, your bite is not effective. Is that the end of your turn?
For now, yeah.
All right, Ragu. Automata 1 is getting worn down. What are you going to do?
I'm definitely going to swing away.
Critical hit
Smash.
for 14 points of damage. You almost destroy it, but not quite.
And a follow up.
And that hits as well. And it is destroyed. You punch its head right off. That the end of your turn?
I have a suspicion. I'm going to move. 1, 2, 3, 4. I dance right around this guy.
Okay.
I don't have an attack, but I'm standing literally next to him. Maybe he won't be firing any more of those stupid bombs.
Fair enough. Devok, you are currently prone, but you can spend half your movement to get up.
Okay. I do that.
Okay.
And then I move. Okay. And I shoot the second automaton.
Fair enough. Go for it. You shoot at him, but unfortunately it misses and hits the column.
Okay.
All right, Oreo, you are fairly badly hurt, but there's just one automaton left. What are you going to do?
Yeah, and yeah, I should be able to make it in front of it, but you said that going off the ledge is considered rough terrain even if I jump off?
No, just getting on.
Okay, so then I will get here and attack it with a rapier.
Okay. That's a hit.
And then
All right, for 11 points of damage. Solid hit.
Yep. I'm going to take bonus action to disengage and go around the corner. Here.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Galen, you see Automata 2 has been hurt somewhat. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna go ahead and. That's weird. It's saying I can't see it from here, but I definitely can.
Oh, that is weird.
What if I turn on my torch? My torch should be on, by the way.
Yeah, I
turned
can see it. Yeah,
Okay,
I don't know why it's doing that, but go ahead and roll anyway. What are you going to do?
Okay. I think it might be because Oreo's torch. Can you turn off your torch, Oreo, just for a second? I don't
Yeah,
know.
I just turned it off, I think, but I don't know if it's showing up or not. It's darker for me now.
I saw it get a little dimmer, so when you turned it off,
No,
something
it's just
happened.
there's something weird. There's like a shadow being cast this way. It's
Yeah,
fine.
let me see. Yeah, I don't see any lines there, so maybe it's just a bug. But anyway, that's fine. You know it's there, so go ahead. What are you
Yeah,
gonna
I'm gonna go ahead and shoot it with a firebolt as well.
do? That's a hit.
Awesome.
Solid, 10
Nice.
points.
Ooh.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that'll be the end of my turn. No
All
need to
right.
hide this time.
Automata 2 turns around and stabs Ragu with his arm. And he hits. And as he stabs into Ragu, he takes 9 points of damage. Or Ragu takes 9 points of damage.
Okay.
And I think your suspicions were confirmed. This is beginning of round 4. Pico, you notice that the automata attacked Ragu. What are you going to do?
Go ahead and lope on over.
You're still muted, dude.
I lope on over a little more loudly. And this time I'll open up with the bite.
Okay, that's a hit.
Oh, I don't know if I hit the right spot. There we go.
A solid 12 points as you finally manage to bite into him. And that is also a hit. Their AC is 16.
All right.
And you manage to claw him for another 10 points of damage, and he is definitely starting to fall apart at about 1/10 of his hit points. All right, Ragu, he's almost down. What are you going to do?
The coup de grace.
The first coup de grace misses. The second one hits. You hit him for 7 points of damage in the face, but his head did not fly off this time. It's still alive. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, that is.
All right, Devok, you see Automata 2 is almost down. What are you going to do?
Shoot it.
You have advantage.
Okay. Cool.
And you hit.
Nice.
And
Yeah.
it smashes to pieces as you fire Eldritch Blast. So that will be the end of this combat. So I'm going to go ahead and reset everything. I said reset everything. All right. So you just fought a bunch of automata who seem to be protecting this place. So what are you going to do now?
Ow.
Yeah, I will heal up everybody. I'm gonna start with you, Oreo.
Thank you.
Yep. That's a bad roll, sorry. So 6 plus your hit die.
Okay. Thank you.
And then who else needs healing?
Here's a bit of healing.
Yeah? Okay, then you're next, buddy.
Cool, cool.
6 plus your hit die. Ragu, you need anything?
Yeah, sure.
Pico?
Yeah.
Okay.
I shake my head.
Is it okay with you guys if I take one of the potions? I have 4 of them in my pack.
Yeah,
And
yeah. You are needing a potion.
Yep.
Ragu, it's 9 plus your hit die.
Wait, take one or use one?
Use one, sorry. I mean, same thing for me, but yeah, that's use one.
I shake my head. I shake my head. I'll go ahead and just change out of bear form.
Okay. So we'll just delete that. And where'd you put your character? Oh, he's down there. Okay.
So I'm going to go ahead and cast 10 good berries and give those to Oreo.
Oh, okay. Thank you.
And then you guys should top yourselves off with that. Oh no, Oreo needs all 10. My bad.
Yep. Um,
You're hurt.
So what you can do, of course, is you can take a recuperate, which is 10 minutes per hit die.
no, that's fine. No, I'm good with the 10 good berries. Or
Okay.
down one, but it's fine. Thank you.
So now that the room is cleared of automata, you notice that there are three large doors. However, this door over here, you see it has a handprint to the side, and it is glowing slightly. These two doors, while they do also have handprints to the side, they are completely dark.
Is there anything around these pillars?
You look around and you see these large crystalline structure pillars. As you're looking, you do notice something metallic at the base, and it seems to be covered in vines. Are you going to try to dig it out?
Sure. I'm gonna call over everybody else too.
Okay. So yeah, you dig it out. It takes you probably about 5 minutes. You're probably cutting the vines that have grown over it, and it appears to be some sort of knife. Um, it's a little bit longer than what you expect from a dagger, and it seems to be made out of a dark metal, very similar to the exterior structures. And you notice that despite the age, the handle looks like it's about to fall apart. The edge seems to be razor sharp.
Hmm.
If you want to wait for a while, I can go ahead and ritual identify, but that'll be a few minutes.
Yeah, I don't mind waiting. That thing looks weird.
Yep.
Okay, so yeah, you cast your identify, and as usual in this place, the results are muddled. But
Yeah.
you get the impression that it has some sort of magic that is keeping the metal part of the blade in perfect condition, and you suspect that it is more effective than a normal dagger, sharper, and that it'll also act as a magical weapon. However, if it has other attributes, whether positive or negative, you are unable to ascertain them.
I go ahead and share all of that with Galen, and then I go ahead and try and cast mend on the handle to see if you said it was about to fall apart. Maybe that'll
Yeah, you're
short.
with some mending, you are able to reconstruct it, most of it. It doesn't
Yeah.
look pretty, but it looks like it's usable.
All right, and I go ahead and hand it back to Galen, and I tell him everything I learned. I don't know everything about it, but it's a magic dagger. It should work really, really well for you.
I mean, I don't really have need for a magical dagger, to be completely honest. But I can hold on to it for now.
No, you found it if you want.
I mean, if somebody else wants it, what were the enchantments on it again? It's a.
It's more stronger than a regular dagger, and it acts as a magic weapon.
Okay,
Yeah.
give it to somebody else then who doesn't have a magic weapon yet.
I'm giving you the biggest cat eyes you can ever imagine.
I
Oreo
know, and
uses
I see
daggers.
him, and I very. Oh, go ahead.
Oreo uses daggers. Yeah, I'll hand it over to her.
Yeah,
You look like you can stab things with this.
And now you're hearing what sounds like a rev engine that's purring next to you. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. I mean, I don't use daggers. I have fireballs and lightning hands, so I don't really need it. I don't like weapons anyways.
What is the name of the weapon, Jeremy, that I need to put in there?
Good question. You guys have no idea. You can
Oh,
put dark metal dagger or whatever you want, but at this point you don't know what it would be called.
you'll
does it
you'll
require
you'll know
attunement?
better.
If only you could give some dangerous sounding nickname.
You'll know better what to call it once you use it in combat. Once I think.
Jeremy, does it require attunement?
Um, as you're holding it, you are getting the impression that it does.
Okay. Well, I'll just hold on to it, but not be attuning to it because we're not really resting or anything. So I'll just hold on to it for now.
Okay. Alrighty, so like I said, the handprint over here seems to be dimly glowing. The ones to the north and the east are not. Um, what are you gonna do?
Oh, well, let's probably just open up the other doorway unless you guys want to check out these other pillars first.
Good. Question mark.
Yeah, it's up to you.
Um, let's check out these pillars. Is there anything
Alright,
special about these pillars?
Okay, you continue. Nothing jumps out at you. The Galen's find was basically his passive perception in action. So if you're searching for around a pillar, go ahead and make a perception check.
Do investigation.
If you're going to be digging around with your hands, you can.
Okay, perception.
All right.
20.
You're digging around, and you unearth something metallic. You'd have to dig it out to see what it is, cut it open and everything to see what it is, but you definitely found something. You're gonna.
Okay, I'll dig it up.
All right, so you spend about 5 minutes cutting away at the vines and kind of digging it out, and you see a vaguely humanoid-shaped silver statue. It's about a foot tall, and proportioned approximately like a human. But the shape seems to be vague, as if the artist did not want to show any specific features.
Okay.
weird.
Does anyone want to take a look at this? Like detect magic or something?
Sure.
I'll take a peek at it, yeah.
So,
Well, I don't have detect
Ragu, when you were
magic.
looking around earlier with your detect magic, you weren't getting anything from the front of this pillar. I mean, the knife over here, it might have got confused with the guy behind it, but you're pretty sure, based on your previous casting, that statue isn't magical.
Okay, I'll go ahead and tell him that. I was gonna say, was there anything over here maybe? We checked that side yet? Or down here?
Sure, where are you checking? You're going to check up there? All right, go ahead and make your
Yeah.
perception check.
Pico, you want to be helping me look, maybe?
Sure.
Okay, so yeah, you're digging around and you find another statue that was almost completely buried in the dirt. That you can see the grass kind of grew over it, and it seems to be very similar to the other one, although probably a bit skinnier and shorter.
It's obviously not magical. It's just
Yeah.
basically an artifact. Okay. Okay.
All right. So what are you guys gonna do?
Let's check the other pillars. I'll check this one over here.
Fair enough.
Is there anything like that?
Yep. Go ahead and make another roll.
Perception.
Okay. Yeah, you're looking around and you don't see anything around this pillar. Just vines and dirt and a couple of flowers kind of growing out of the ground, that kind of thing.
Okay, sounds good.
These battle automatas, did they just like literally explode into a million pieces, or are they basically big metal lumps on the floor?
When they fell apart, you did notice they literally fell apart. It seems to be part of their design.
Okay. I was gonna try and take the arm off of one. Maybe if we could get it to work again, we'd have a fire cannon.
That's exactly why we're not allowed to.
Okay.
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
However, actually, Ragu, since you are looking through the pile, one of those fire cylinders survived.
Ooh. Now go ahead and examine that.
So, based on the way you've seen it work before, assuming you can activate it somehow, which you haven't figured out how to do yet, but assuming you did, you'd basically you could throw it, and anything within 2 hexes of the target hex would have to, they'd have to make the deck save, otherwise, take full damage, take half. It would work just like you saw in combat.
Okay, and that's just the cylinder it fired, like the grenade portion,
Exactly.
not the launcher. Okay.
Exactly. However, given with your artificer skills, given a successful roll, you could probably figure out how to activate it over a short rest.
Alrighty.
Well, let's open up the door then. It's the left door, right?
This one over here, yep.
Open door.
Alrighty, so yep, you open the door. And behind it, you see another fairly large room. You can see what look a lot like desks or tables, although some of them are toppled over and broken. And then around the room, you see strange metallic benches. And there's a set of stairs that goes into this lowered section. And then behind, you can see a window where the glass seems still to be in good shape. And you can see a room beyond that. And over up here to the north a bit, you see a closed metal door with another handprint next to it.
Okay. Doesn't look like there's anything in this room, so I think we can go in.
Okay, as you enter, you notice that the room is surrounded by this kind of blue marking on the floor that kind of goes around the whole area. And otherwise you see these desks, you see the benches, you see the window. So what are you going to do?
Benches in the window. I don't know. Anybody else want to get in here?
Yeah.
Look at the benches.
What's this bench? What are these benches?
Whoa, stop.
Too late.
Dave, do you have your other speaker on? Because we hear you from far away, but not up
We're
close.
Oh, I
hearing-
was just muted again.
Yeah, we're hearing
Oh,
him
okay.
from Jeremy.
All right, so yeah, as you look beyond, you start to notice that these are these are very similar to the Automata cave. If you remember underneath, those things that fired beams of energy, and these look very much like that, but they are in another room behind glass. And Pico, while you're in the area, you notice these hemispherical, perhaps glass objects that are embedded in the walls. And based on their positioning, you suspect that at first you think that they're designed to put oil or a candle in there, maybe that uses light sources, but you don't see any provision to do so. All right, so Devak, what were you saying?
Saying anything. I'm just gonna check out some of these benches though.
Okay, so you're gonna check out the benches or the broken tables and stuff.
I'll do the tables first, actually.
All right, so yeah, you look through.
I will use investigation, by the way. Sorry to interrupt.
Sorry, say that one more time.
I said this time I will use investigation, so I will be like feeling around and moving stuff.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you're searching. Go ahead and make your check. All right, so as you're kind of moving the debris around, and you do find what look like regular drawers, You find in one of the drawers you find a half-foot diameter, 1 inch thick blue metallic disc. And then you're continuing to search around. So what's everybody else doing while Devok is searching?
And I use my Dungeon Delver's feet to kind of look around and see if there's anything hidden, any doors, anything else that I can kind of spot from the investigations we've done so far.
Okay, go ahead and do your check.
I warily approach the glass window.
Okay. All right. So Oreo, you're looking around, and you do notice that Devok has already found one of them, but you do notice that these tables do seem to have drawers. Obviously, you don't know what's in them yet. And you spotted something metallic over in the debris.
I go for it and see what it is.
All right. You find a metallic cylinder, probably about a foot long and about 3 inches in diameter. And it just seems to be a solid silvery color with no obvious markings.
I show it off to the rest of the people around me that are checking out the desks and everything like that.
Okay. And Pico, you've gone to the window, and you're looking through, and you see two of those hemispherical objects that they have cylinders sticking out of them, and they fired beams of energy, or at least the ones in the Automata Cave did. And then you see two very large ones. And as you're looking through the glass, you notice that the large objects, the cylinders, are pointing right at you. They're not doing anything else, but they're definitely following your movements. And in addition, you see in that room, you see a lowered section, you see a bunch of overgrown plants. You see these hemispherical beams, metallic beams. It looks like they almost look like doors, but they are covered in plants. And you see more of those things that look like they're probably lights. And then, of course, you see multiple doors to the north, to the south. And then on the west wall, you see a large door that looks like it splits in the middle. And then you see a normal metal door like the one that is in this room over here.
Now the little ones in there, are those tracking me too, or just the big ones?
It seems like just the big ones.
Weird.
Alrighty. So that was Devok. And Galen, what are you doing?
I don't know. I'll just be checking out the benches.
Okay, so yeah, they seem to be strange. These are the benches. So you're checking the benches or the tables?
The benches.
Okay, so yeah, they seem to be these metal benches. They seem to be ribbed around the top, a strange design, and in the center seems to be a strip of a material you can't quite put your finger on. Maybe it's a little bit like wood, but more smooth. And you see symbols on it that look like writing, and it's just repeated. The same, probably about 5 symbols that are repeated over and over again on that surface. And I'm going to have you roll one of your d8s.
Oh, okay.
Ooh.
Oh, god damn it.
It doesn't strike a memory, although you get this vague sense of familiarity. All right, so
Okay.
what do you guys do?
You said that I
Should
had
I
we
kind of
open?
wanted to go through the drawers and the desks to see what's
Yeah,
actually in there.
Okay,
yeah.
you and Oreo are doing that, so one of you can make a perception or investigation with advantage since you're both kind of trying to do it.
Well, you said that I had done the search earlier, you said I had found some hidden doors or something like that I
Well, no, the search basically told you that there were drawers, which I'm not sure anybody had noticed. The hidden thing you found was that metal cylinder.
I see. Okay, yeah. Raghu, I think your investigation is better than my perception. Go for it.
Okay, so you're going through the drawers, and they're kind of falling apart as you pull them out. They don't seem to be made out of wood as you're expecting. This is some sort of metallic material, but due to the age, whatever's holding the metallic pieces together is just gone. Anyway, and as you're pulling one of the drawers out, you notice that the back was already missing. So you go digging in behind, where the drawers were all sitting, and you pull out another one of those blue discs, similar to I think Galen had found it earlier, but this disc has a raised portion to it. It's an inch thick, but about a tenth of an inch is kind of sticking out. And as you move it, you notice it kind of moves in and out slightly.
Ooh. Okay.
And the disc itself is this blue metal, and the part that's sticking out that seems to move is this really smooth material that is reminiscent of wood, but is completely smooth.
Um, can I make an artificer's check to figure out exactly what this is, or is this a different type of key like those other ones for the temple, or do we have any vague idea of what this object is used for?
Yeah, it's unlikely, but you can roll, see what happens.
All right. Not with advantage, correct?
No.
Okay. Click and.
Okay.
Crit
Well,
success.
apparently you paid a lot of attention in the Automata Cave to those panels that Ire was messing with. And you notice the things he was able to press, we'll just call them buttons. I'm not sure what you would call them. Anyway, and so this thing on the surface seems to actually be some sort of button. You haven't pressed it yet, but just based on the way it's sticking out, you get the feeling that you can press it down and it will do something. Unfortunately, though, even with the 25, you don't know what that something is that it will do.
So it's a blue button, but what it activates, we don't know. So pressing it might not be the greatest of ideas.
Yep,
Okay.
Who knows?
Alrighty. Thank you.
All right, so Galen, like I said, you saw you looked at the benches, you saw the symbols repeating. You didn't have any memories, so what are you gonna do?
I'll just peek through the glass a little bit more. I don't know. Do you guys want to open up the next door? Or are we not ready for that?
I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm prepared.
Okay.
So ready.
Go on and open up the door then.
Okay. You open up the door, and it is now open. Nobody has stepped into the room yet, but you have, because the door basically sinks into the ground, but you can do so at any time.
Okay.
Wait, does the thing here look similar to what we've seen before?
Yep, as
Okay.
I was telling Pico earlier, they look
Okay.
like those hemispherical objects at the bottom of the Automata Cave, the one with the cylinder sticking out that fired beams of energy.
Yep. Okay. Cool.
Yeah, the difference is the big ones are the ones that are moving.
Yep. And they now that you're looking at them, you and Devok they are tracking in your direction. One seems to be pointing at Devok, and one seems to be pointing at Oreo. Although you notice that sometimes as you move back and forth, which one is tracking which will swap.
So they're not pointing at me even though they can see me?
Um, they do not seem to be pointing at you at the moment, no, Galen.
Huh. Okay. Is there a way to turn them off?
The last ones we turned off by kind of killing out the energy source,
Mhm.
but
There doesn't seem to be an energy source here.
at least not in this room. But yeah,
No.
let me see.
Well, and given how the activity at this building, I suspect whatever energy source is here is alive and well.
Probably much more charged. Okay.
Galen, do you want to take a peek in that door to the north real quick?
Sure. In the other room? Or in this room?
No, in that room with the turret thingies.
Did they
They're
shoot
not
me?
targeting you. Maybe this door is.
There's a door there too, I think. There's two doors.
Yeah, there's
Yeah,
one to the
there's a
north,
door.
one to the south, and a couple to the west.
So all of these have handprints next to them, although you do notice that these doors are a lot bigger, and there's two of them. So what are you going to do?
Are they still not shooting at me?
They don't seem to be looking your direction.
Okay, I'll open up the door to the north then.
Fair enough. You open the door, and to the north you see a long hallway, and it seems like there's a intersection where it goes both to the right and left.
It's like a big. It's huge. There's like, well, it's not that huge. There's a left and a right and a forward.
And you can
You
see
guys
it's
can't
partially
see.
overgrown. You can see there's dirt covering a lot of the ground, although it's still metal underneath the dirt. And you can even see a patch of grass kind of growing in the center.
Yeah, that's weird. I'm gonna go take a quick peek down all the hallways. I'll be right back.
Okay, you
Okay, there are lights. I don't like that.
you start moving down and as you're moving, you hear kind of like a slithering noise, but it's very faint.
Okay, I'll be sneaking then.
Okay, in that case, go ahead and make your stealth check.
Alright, I'm not very good at this. Oh, never mind.
Well, apparently, you're really good today.
Okay, I'm gonna peek.
All right, so yep, you get to the intersection. You can see multiple doors,
Oh my
multiple
god, there's so many
doors,
doors.
and up ahead, you you can just barely make out some doors at the edge of your vision.
Holy shit. Okay, so I'm gonna go back. That's too much. There's a lot of doors. It's a shit ton of doors, and some of the hallways lead off to darkness. The top one and the left one. The right one stopped fairly soon.
Do we want to explore the other main room then before trying to venture that way? I'd rather us not have to try to walk through that trapped room unless we have to.
Yeah, let me. Do you mind if I open up the other doors in this area?
Sure.
Check
Go
them
for
out.
it.
Actually, Galen, why don't you come back in for a second?
Yeah, what's up?
I'm gonna go ahead and put my arm. I'm gonna stand behind you and put my arm around you so we're as close as possible, and we'll both
Okay.
shuffle into the room together
I
and see
don't
if it
like this.
ignores me
No,
being
you're
with
gonna
you.
get me shot.
No, because it won't shoot you. And
It
I think we
will
can do the same
if
thing
you're
that we did
here.
outside, only at a much closer level. And these things are smaller, so
You
I
could have
think
given
you could get people by them one at a time.
you could have given him a little bit more weed before you actually did that idea, I think.
I didn't pick you up. I'm not using you as a human shield. I'm just being as close as I can be because I think you can ferry us through this trap room one at a time.
Hey, Galen, old buddy, old pal.
I'm so scared. What do you guys
That is
Species
want?
at the
messed
same
up, dude.
time.
What was that?
And he's giving you noogies at the same time.
I
Oh,
am
yeah.
not. It's like, yeah, I think you can get us by one at a time. It's a little smaller, a little closer than the big turrets, but it's working the same way.
All right. So what do you guys do?
I guess we make our way into the room then and see if they shoot them.
All right.
Let's
So go
give it
ahead
a
and
shot.
move a single hex. All right. At
Yep.
this point in time, Galen and Ragu, I'm gonna have you both make deck saves.
Yeah, I told you they'd fucking shoot
And
at us.
as you're dodging for cover, you all notice you hear this sudden wailing noise coming from somewhere. It seems to be coming from all directions,
You
and
set off the alarms.
God.
you notice that this room here, there's this very dim but red illumination.
Ugh.
All right, so Ragu and Galen, deck saves.
Can I help Galen make his deck save? I just want to jump back into this room with him.
Why? He got a 20.
No,
Oh, I didn't even see
that's
that.
stealth.
Sorry.
That's not his deck save.
Oh,
Yeah,
never
that
mind.
was-
Sorry.
Okay, that's fine. I can say that if you make your save, Ragu. Okay, so you got a 13. So okay, Ragu, go ahead and make your save as well. If you make it, all right. So yeah, you both manage to get back into that room, and as you do so, you notice that there's a scorched mark at the where you two were, and you notice that this thing here fired right where you were.
Where'd the
And
alarms
you
go?
also you get the impression that it was trying to fire through Galen.
Okay, that does not work like it does outside. I am sorry. I was sure it would work the same.
Are the alarms still on?
Now that you're no longer in the room, the alarms suddenly stop.
Okay, I'm gonna go back in.
Yeah, I'll stop doing that.
You were doing such a great job.
I thought so.
And Galen,
I thought I was
once
figuring out the technology.
Oh, sorry. Galen, once you go inside, you notice that part of the metal floor here has been melted.
Melted. Yeah, that's terrifying. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and open up the bottom door. This is the one where the red lighting was coming from, or was the
No,
red
the red
lighting
lighting
just
is gone. That was just from the alarm.
okay?
All right, so you open up the door and you see another overgrown hallway. You notice a couple of doors that you can see.
Oh my God, there's so many doors. There's so many doors.
And yep, you see a third door at the end, and you see several of these hemispherical objects that look like they might be lights, but you don't know. But there's no place to put a candle or oil. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna go ahead and back out. There's too much in that room too. So it's just a bunch more doors, guys. Should I check out the big main doors or should I leave those alone?
Go ahead and check them out. Those have the bonus that we should be able to see them from here.
Okay, I'm opening it up.
Okay, so you open up the main doors, and you notice that there's this giant shaft that goes straight down into the darkness. And you
Trash
also
chute.
notice that the walls are gouged as if something was scraping against them, or gouging them somehow.
Mm-hmm.
But you do not see any ropes or any other obvious means to climb down. Although there is
Cool.
clearly something down there. You can faintly see some light down there.
And anything in the top door?
Right, you open it up. You open up the door,
Yeah.
and you see another hallway. But you notice that there's this weird painting or coloring on the ground. You get these metallic pieces that fit together on the ground, these tiles, and then on top there's this painting of yellow and black.
Okay.
And at
Should
the
I go
end,
check
you
out?
see another door.
Should I check out that door, guys, or should I leave it?
Go for it.
Yeah, open it up.
Okay, fair enough. So you go down to the door at the end, and you look
Whoa.
inside, and
What
you
in the
see a room with very large glass cylinders with some sort of liquid inside, and you see some of the glass cylinders. You see deformed bodies.
Uh-huh. This must be the experiment they were talking about. Okay, I'm not going into that room. It gives me bad vibes.
Okay.
I'll go tell them about
Gives you
the.
jeebies of the Hebe variety.
Yeah, it's like a entirely green room, and there's like these big, like, for lack of a better term, they're like Bacta tubes, if you like know Star Wars lore, and there's just people like floating in them.
I believe they're called Bacta tanks.
Tanks, my bad. Sorry, you're right. You're right.
All right.
Rolled a natural 20 on my pedantry, or pedantry, however it's pronounced.
Yeah, yeah. That was my turn to clap back. All right, so this way's scary. There's just so many doors up the top room and the bottom room. They both have like shit tons of doors. And I don't want to go through all of them.
Well, why don't we go back to that main room and see if we can find other ways around?
Sure. Yeah, I don't want to explore too much past that way because I think there's going to be nastiness. So once we get these things disabled, if we can go back.
All right. So yeah, the initial large room here um, seems to act as some sort of hub, and it is unchanged. The door
So
you went
this,
through, the handprint is still glowing slightly. They are not glowing at all. They're completely dark on the other two rooms, or other two doors.
I'm gonna try touching them just to see, but I think that's not gonna work.
You do so, but nothing happens.
Yeah, okay. So do we want to try the other entrance then, guys, or do we want to try and see more past those weird lasers?
When you say other entrance, do you mean outside?
I do mean outside.
Worth a try.
You guys only spotted the one entrance outside of those garages, but they're closed now.
Oh, okay. Then never mind. Maybe should I go into the green room? I don't want to go into the green room. It's scary.
What's this down here?
They're just
Oh, you found a bunch of metallic crates with 4 foot long metallic cylinders. The rest of the group has already been through there.
they seem to be some
What
type of
about this
weapon.
corner here? Is there some sort of grating in the floor?
No, this is more like this is that chair, and this is kind of embedded in the wall. You can see a tube, but there's no openings. It just seems to come out and into out of the floor and go into the wall, kind of thing. You don't see any gratings or openings.
And this thing was what?
Yeah, there's some tubes going around, but that's just floor there. These tubes go off into the darkness. Um, although they're too small for you to fit in.
Uh, Galen, I've got a question. Follow
Yeah.
me back into the room where we could see into the area with the traps. So what I want to try is I'm going to go stand at the glass. I want you to stand there too. I'm then going to go walk behind the wall, and you let me know if those things seem to be able to track me through the wall.
Okay.
So I'll start here
Jeremy,
next to
I'm stuck in
Galen.
a wall. Sorry.
Oh, sure. There you go. Anyway, so the idea, Pico, is that you're behind they can see you through the glass, and then you're going behind the wall to see if they continue tracking you.
Yeah, and Galen's going to be my spotter to let me know if it looks like it's still following me.
It looks like once you're out of sight from the glass, they stop tracking you.
Hmm. Well, I've got an idea then. It'll probably take several minutes, but how about we go ahead and build a barrier around the traps?
Okay.
So I'm thinking we can go back to the front door. Wait a minute. There's all these plants growing. Is there actually exposed ground in here?
Well, you see dirt. Actually, now that you're looking at the plants, you see that there are patches of dirt on the ground that are covering up the metal floor. Like, for example, here you can see such a patch. Um, but the other thing you notice is that there are some kind of small, I would say, dirt, basically openings in the wall where there's little patches of dirt where the plants for it look like they were meant to grow. I mean, obviously this is way overgrown, but it looks like even back when this place was new, they had plants growing on the inside.
Interesting. Well, yeah, I think I'd just rather get some dirt from outside then. Let me get a good look at that room again. That's not what I was trying to do. Okay, do I have myself grabbed? There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't know. Looks like maybe 6 hexes of dirt. Yeah. Yeah, I'll try 6 hexes of dirt. So basically, I'll go ahead and just start marching in 6 hexes worth of dirt. And then the idea being is
I believe I can help speed up your quest here. I go ahead and ritual cast Tensor's floating disc, and that way he can load up 500 pounds of dirt onto the disc, and we'll just bring it in more quickly.
that actually would be quite a bit faster.
Okay, so yeah, so how long would it take you to load up 6 hexes of dirt onto the disk?
Um, well, the disk is kind of volume limited, so basically it would be we'd load up
Be
1
one
hex
hex
worth,
at a time.
walk it in, dump it, and then do that. So I don't know. It seems like maybe a minute to move 1 hex all the way through. It might actually be faster than that, but I would say that getting 6 hexes in should be probably no more than 5 minutes doing it that way. Because yeah, just one casting to get it on the disc, then one. Well, it might take a little bit more because I don't know
Well,
if you can push your.
so we can say about 10 minutes total then.
Alrighty. Although actually, this does bring up a question. So the way Tensor's floating disk normally work, or is described to work, is that basically, if the person who casts it's within a certain range of it, the disk just sits still, and when they start moving out of that range, the disk moves to keep up with them. Now, if the person who's cast it makes a conscious effort to push it around, would they be able to do that so that they don't have to rely on just dragging mechanics?
If it doesn't say they can move it on their own by telling it to move around, then it works like it says. So in that case, it would basically be a
I
dragging mechanic.
It'd be a dragging mechanic to get it from the front door into this room, but once I got it into this room, I should be able to maneuver it up in front of one of these doors if I need to.
Well, that's the problem. Is it sounds like you wouldn't be able to do
Let
that.
me double check the wording. I don't remember it. Um, oh, good, thanks. Because I wasn't finding it. All right. Blah, blah, blah. Immobile while you're within 20 feet of it. If you move more than 20 feet away, yes, it explicitly says it's immobile while you're within 20 feet. So it is literally a leash. And then as soon as you go back 20 feet toward it, then it stops.
But still, we can get it close, and then you can move it the last little ways.
Oh yeah, it helps, but it does mean I would have to do 4 castings. Well, actually, a little bit more than that, probably 6 or something like that. But yeah, I mean that would still definitely help. So I would say probably 6 minutes worth of time to maneuver the dirt once it's in here. But it would probably only take a minute to load all the dirt onto the tensor's floating disk.
Yeah, so we'll round it up to about 10 minutes just to make it easy. But yeah, otherwise it works just fine.
All right. Okay, so my plan then is I'm not going to actually go in the room. I'm just going to park myself in there just for visibility's sake for this. I'm going to try and draw what my plan is. Let's see, freehand. See how well this works given the. All right, I'll use that.
I believe there's a circle drawing tool.
It's not a circle that I want.
Okay.
Basically, I want to pile the dirt like that along those particular hexes. That way, there'd basically be a wall surrounding, basically blocking off the far end of the room and those turrets. So we should be free to go to the north and south doors. We just wouldn't be able to go to the west.
Okay, fair enough. You do so, and at this point, I'm gonna assume that you're actually behind the glass, but otherwise, yeah.
Yeah. All right.
So 10 minutes has passed. You set up your barricade. Has anybody else been doing anything, like doing a recuperate or anything else during those 10 minutes? I'm gonna
No.
take that as a no. Okay. So what do you guys do?
I guess I could try and run through to one end just to make sure that the way is safe. Anybody got any better ideas?
Not really.
I grab
well,
a big branch off of one of these vines and kind of chuck that into the room to see if they follow it.
You throw it in, but nothing happens. I mean, it hits the ground,
Okay.
but nothing happens.
Actually, looking at the ground where the scorch mark is, how bad is it?
Like I said, it melted one of the metal tiles. I mean, it's still covering it, but it's like it was literally molten metal for a second.
Whoops, I want to get out of that drawing mode. All right, well, that's actually, if all it did was melt it, then that seems to suggest that it would have to make some effort to get through the dirt. So I think I'm going to go ahead and take the chance. Galen, do you have a suggestion as to whether it'd be better to go north or south?
let me take a peek. Okay. I say let's start with south just because there's less there. There's a lot more to unpack north. Like a
All
lot
right.
more.
In that case, I am going to move here, and then I am going to bolt to here.
Okay, you do so, and nothing happens.
Nice.
No noises or anything?
Say it again.
No noises or anything? Didn't say. All right.
I go ahead and bolt down with you.
All right. Yep, you were able to do so.
I will as well.
Yep. You can go ahead and move yourself.
Oh, I see.
There you go. Alrighty, so you find yourself in a overgrown hallway. You see 3 doors. Each door has a dimly lit handprint with too many fingers. So what do you do?
You want us to start over here and then do all these ones?
Okay.
I do want to get you guys to the green room at some point. So if we have to build a dirt wall that goes all the way around, we might want to do that at some point.
Well, if that's necessary, we'll do that. But in the meantime, maybe we'll find some other way to disable things. So.
Is that a door that is on the first, like right there?
Yeah, that's it. All 3 of these are metal doors.
Uh, And I'm assuming there's a pad or something
Yeah,
for a hand.
yeah, like I said, all three of them have
Oh, okay.
dimly lit handprints.
Okay. Then yeah, you guys go for the first one and let's see what we find.
Yeah, I'm gonna open up this one.
Okay, you open it up, and inside you see
Yep.
several automata standing around. And you also see some tables and what look like some sort of metal cabinets, perhaps. Seems to be a long room, but and you notice that the automata have not moved or done anything yet, but their eyes
So
are glowing, so they
they
are
only
active.
activate when you get in the room, I think.
Maybe. So do you want to check the other rooms before we start trying to filter this one?
Yeah, because they're gonna be tough.
Yeah.
These automata are not weak.
So close the door and
Yeah,
then
I'm gonna
do the other
close
one.
it and then we'll go to this one.
All right. That's not going to work, so let me do it manually. All right. Hold on. There we go. And then you open this one. And
Cool.
in there, you see what looks a lot like a storage room. You see several metal boxes, metal barrels. Um, some of the boxes are open, and you see that it is overgrown, like most of the rest of the place.
Go in and start trying to chop through the plants to see if there's anything left that we can find.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, you chop through. This metal box is closed. It does not appear to have any sort of locks on it, though. But you just chop through the plants, and you can get in if you desire. This one is open and appears to be empty. And then you have several metal barrels, and you're not sure how to open them.
Can we get some of these open before in the automata cave?
Actually, good point. And you guys already figured it out. So never mind. You do know how to open them, but they are currently not open.
Then we open them.
All right, you start opening up the barrels, and most of them are empty, although one of them seems to have a bunch of dark metal rods. Each rod is about a foot long and about an inch in diameter, and there's about 20 of them in there.
How much would all of that weigh if we were to get out 20?
They're about
We
a pound each.
can pull them out and put them in the hallway, and then we can load them up on the cart later.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
All right, so you've pulled those out. You've looked through the barrels. The box is still closed. The open box is empty.
Next room. Unless anybody wants to do another thorough check of this room.
Okay, the
Okay.
box here is empty too.
No, it's still closed.
Oh yeah, we didn't open this box yet. We opened the barrels.
All right, so you cut open the vines and you open the box, and inside there's something metallic. It looks like some sort of clothing or something, but it definitely looks like some sort of metal clothing.
Okay.
Metal clothing, but not metal armor.
Right.
much would
As
something
you
like
go
that
to pick it
weigh?
up, it's flexible. It flexes like a shirt would or something.
How heavy is it when we pick it up?
It weighs about a pound, but it looks like it's a shirt and leggings that seem to be attached. Um, it's kind of a weird thing where it's only attached on either side, so you could potentially put it on that way, although it'd be a little bit weird. But and the whole thing together weighs about a pound.
Okay, is there more than one set or just the one set?
It looks like it's just the one set. It looks like it was carefully packed.
I'll go ahead and carry it for now until we figure out what it is.
All right. So, Galen, are you opening up this door?
Yep.
Fair enough. Let me go ahead and open it up. So you open up the door and you see a rather large room that kind of seems to be kind of L-shaped, as far as you can tell. You see several large tables. You see a bunch of metal cabinets. You see some fixtures that look like they might be lights of some sort. And you notice that the ground is covered in a fair amount of dirt toward the metal cabinets.
Hmm. Okay. I'm gonna step in.
Okay. So you step in, and one thing you notice is that the air is more humid than it has been so far.
That's weird. It looks like it goes off around this way. I hope it doesn't connect with the automata room. Though that shouldn't happen, right?
Okay.
Mm.
So you go in, and yeah, the deeper you get, the more humid it gets. And you see the
Okay.
room ends, that you don't see any other openings, but you notice that your skin, you can feel like almost like it's covered in water. Um, if you can sweat, you start sweating profusely.
That's weird.
It's
So
very
what are
humid
these?
in here.
All right, yeah, you see several large tables. And like I said, you see all the metal cabinets.
Can I start going through the tables to see if there's anything that we can just find that's left over?
Okay, so yeah, you start looking through the tables. You find some drawers under some of them. You start going through them. While she's doing that, what's everybody else doing?
Uh, Maybe we can start looking in some of these cabinets, hacking away. Maybe there's a water pipe or something here that broke, which is why it's so wet and everything's growing so well.
Okay,
Yeah, I'll cut away all the vines for everybody to make it easier to search.
all right, yeah, you start cutting away the vines, um, and then yeah, the cabinets they seem to be closed, and you got to open them, and there's little handles on them, but they don't seem to be opening. You're not sure what's holding them closed. You don't see any obvious locks or buttons or levers or anything, but you're definitely trying to get them open, and nothing's happening. Um, Galen and Devok, what are you two doing?
Um, are these tables?
Yes.
I'll check out this table.
Okay. So yeah, you do find there's some drawers, so you start going through those as well. You're having to cut away the vines and kind of force them open. They're definitely old and not working ideally. And Galen, while there, Oreo and Devok are searching through the drawers. What are you doing?
Uh, I'm gonna keep looking for the source of the humidity. It gets even more humid over here, right?
Yeah, once you get over to the end of the room, you start getting drowsy. You're having trouble staying awake.
Hmm, that's
Um,
cool.
and you're uh, and you start Pico and Galen. Actually, I guess Devok would probably be close enough to the end as well. You start coughing, and your coughs start. You feel like your lungs are are full of water.
Give me out. Give me out.
Anyway, Devok, you were searching the drawers, so before you run away, and you find another one of those green discs, like Ragu found, and I'm sure he showed it to you guys. You showed him the button and everything,
Yep.
right?
Yes.
Anyway, it's just like that. And Oreo, you're searching through the drawers, and you find another one of those silver statues. Although, based on the proportions, this one you would guess is a child. snatch you for child.
Okay, I'll take it.
And make sure to write those things down, because obviously I won't
That's
remember
what
who
I'm
got
doing.
what.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Devak, you can run away now.
I don't think you need to run away. It's just that side of the room that's made me uncomfortable.
Running away from that side of the room.
You step away, and the effect definitely lessens, although it doesn't go away.
I'm outside. Does it get better for me, or am I still?
It's not getting any worse.
That's good.
Yeah.
Pico, you're starting to cough a lot, and like I said, you got a lot of water in your lungs. It feels like. So go ahead and make a Constitution save. Pico. Okay, everybody notices Pico is unconscious.
No,
I
no.
start dragging him out.
All right.
Grab him and get him out.
Yep. Can we just like rattle him to see if he wakes up that way, or does it seem like it's something else
I'm
more serious?
moving.
Okay, he's awake.
Okay.
Anyway, the effect lessens, Pico, as you get out, but you still feel like you have this wet cough,
Okay,
and you're
did we
still
get inside?
feeling pretty tired.
Did we get inside any of the cabinets?
I was trying to get into this one. I was going to get out my tinker's tools and start working on it, but
I don't think this is a safe work environment.
I know. But right here by the door, I want to try just the one.
Okay, go ahead and make an intelligence check with your tinker tools. Okay, so yeah, you're trying to find out how this thing opens, whether it have hinges, etc. And you do find that it does actually have hinges. It's all metal, but you find them nonetheless. And it takes you probably about 10 minutes worth of effort, but you're able to actually remove the hinges and finally get one of these things open. And even after opening it, you're still not sure what was holding it closed. You just see this kind of on the door. You see this flat black surface, and then on the other side you see a flat black surface, and they seem to be mated. But once you get it open, you're able to kind of twist it to the side, and then whatever's holding those together finally breaks, and then you're able to pull the door away. And inside of the door, you see you find a small book about the size of your hand. Um, the surface is smooth to the touch, and you can see water kind of beating on the surface. And if you open it up, you see the water kind of beating on the pages. But you're able to flip through it. It's about 12 pages, and you can't read any of the text, but it definitely has writing in it.
Okay. That's all that's in this one cabinet.
Yes.
Okay. I turn and say, I can probably get another couple open, or no. How are we feeling, guys?
I mean, if you want to try, go for it, but be careful, or otherwise your lungs are gonna get messed up.
All right. Now that I have an idea of what I'm doing, can I just move to the next locker?
Yeah, you're able to. There's basically two more on this section, and you're able to get both of them open. Takes you about 10 minutes each, so you spend about 20 minutes opening those. While Ragu is busy for the next 20 minutes, or 30 total if he counts the first one, what is everybody else doing?
I'm just gonna be trying to understand the nature of the wet cough through like medical terms.
Good idea.
Fair enough. Go ahead and make a medical check.
Okay. And
Can
would
I help him to get a advantage? Because I do have medicine right now as a specialty.
Yep.
okay, cool, thanks. I also have once again the apothecary, so would that help me in finding a cure once I understand it?
It might.
Okay. Not good.
Okay, yeah, you're thinking about it, and you get the feeling that it's probably not entirely natural, but you're unable to figure anything else out about it.
Ragu, what did you do with the book?
Currently, it's in my pocket, but
I'd like
I
to
can
see
bring
it
it.
for a moment. I wonder if Galen would recognize any of this.
Yep. I kind of toss the book over to Oreo, and she can hand it out
Mm-hmm.
whilst I'm working.
Okay. So Oreo, you're showing it to Galen then?
Yep.
All right, Galen, roll your d8. Yeah,
Nope.
you're looking at
No,
it.
no,
It's not
no.
ringing any bells.
Can you show it to Ayer? Maybe he'll start rattling off again like he was before.
All right. So somebody go ahead and roll a d8 for Ire. Whoever wants to do it. All right. No, Ire shakes his head. He's not. He doesn't recognize it.
Hmm.
All right. Well, Ragu, you finish getting through these. You notice that by the time you're done, you're surprisingly tired. I mean, normally this wouldn't be this hard for you. You know, it's one of those. Once you figure it out, it's not that hard to get the hinges off. But for some reason, this is really a struggle for you, and you finally get them off. And inside, one of them, you find this weird plastic thing. Sorry, not plastic. Sorry, this weird wooden thing with this really smooth surface and these teeth sticking out of it. It reminds you of a brush, but made out of materials that you've never seen before. And in the other cabinet, you find um, a a rectangular metal disc. It's not really a disc, an object that is about the size of a coin, but it's made out of tin.
Okay. Are there any markings on it? Is it like a box that can be
There
opened? Is
is
it flat?
on the metal object there is a single rune on the front, and like I said, it's the size of a coin. Just it's like a rectangle, slightly longer than it is wide. And Oreo, you notice is that as he's pulling this stuff and putting it in his pockets or wherever, you notice that Ragu looks like he's about to pass out.
I make it a point to call him out and say, I think you should come out.
Oh yeah. I suppose. Uh,
Okay. And once you leave the room, you immediately start feeling better, but you notice that you now have a wet cough.
okay. I don't suppose like herbalism could help with that.
You kind of
Tea.
have to know what it is before herbalism would be any use. I mean, you can make some teas or what have you that would traditionally, help with coughing, but you have no idea if it'll help in this case.
Okay.
All right. So what do you guys do?
Let's check out another door, maybe.
Actually, I'm gonna try and I'm gonna use minor illusion to play back what the first automata, said to Galen before the fight.
Okay. Do you have some way of remembering exactly what somebody says? I mean, it's. I mean, I guess you'd have eidetic memory or something along those lines.
Nothing like that, but it didn't happen all that long ago.
Okay, so yeah, I mean, mainly I'm just saying if you have something makes noises that you're not necessarily familiar with, I'm not sure how exact you can get it, but I'll go ahead and let you make I guess, history check or an intelligence check to see how well you do.
Okay. Because I
Could I
mean,
help him with social adept because saying certain phrases or saying certain things in certain dialects might get you things in social situations? Would social adept work as just helping remember the noise, even if I don't know what it means?
That's
but I
fair.
mean,
Go ahead.
for what it's worth, I mean, as far as minor illusion on top of making images, as far as sounds, describes things like, that it could be your voice, somebody else's voice, a lion's roar, a beating of drums, or any other sound you choose. I mean, that seems to imply that, you're making an authentic copy of that sound, not your best mimicry of it or something like that. I mean,
Yeah, I guess that's fair. Uh, I guess I'll have to at some point look it up to see if it can duplicate sounds like that. But I guess for now we can say it works.
well, it does say somebody else's voice, so I mean, it kind of has mimicry built in that regard.
Okay, fair enough. Anyway, so you're playing back that sound. So go ahead.
So gonna basically ask Galen, do you recognize this phrase? Does it mean anything to you?
I don't think so.
Anyway, Galen was there when that first happened. He already heard.
Yeah, but did he roll on?
I
I think he just tried to respond in common.
Oh,
I'm
I
trying to
see.
jog
Yeah,
his
yeah. No,
memory.
you didn't roll. Okay, that's fair. Go ahead, Galen. You can roll.
No.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, that was a good idea.
Does sound familiar, but I don't know what the hell it means.
All right, well, it was worth a try.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I've got another dumb idea. How far away were the automata from the entry in this first door?
As far as you guys could tell, it was probably about 25 feet, or at least the one you saw.
Is that door still open?
No, you guys closed it.
Dan, do you remember anything of your native language, Galen?
No, not at all. I didn't even know we had a native language until recently.
Alrighty, geez, were you born in East LA or something?
I guess so.
All right. Well, I don't know if we want to risk starting a fight. I was tempted to throw up an illusion of you and then just get their attention somehow and see how they react. But
They'd
maybe we
probably
should just
try to.
leave them for later.
Yeah. I think they'd probably react the same way they did when they first saw me, which is walk up and ask me the thing.
Well, we could go to the northern doors. There was apparently more to explore that way, you
There's
said?
so much, yeah, there's a lot.
All right, well, we can try going that way.
Okay.
Is the
Let's see if I
slithering
got-
still here? The slithering sound?
It is. It's faint, but it's still there. I'm gonna go ahead and move to Vox since he might be laggy.
I'm just gonna peek
Well,
around
he
the
also
corner
said he
to.
was moved away from the computer a
Oh,
bit,
okay.
so.
Go ahead,
Can
Oreo.
I?
What?
Can I just peek around the corner? I don't want to go out just yet. I just want to peek to see what it is that just to make sure that if the sounds are coming from a certain area that I check it out before we go anywhere.
Okay. Yep. You peek around the corner and you don't see anything other than doors and plants.
Where's the sounds coming from? In which
It's
direction?
probably coming from the north.
So I let them know that maybe we should check out the side hallways before going up.
Okay.
Okay.
You can go ahead and pick whether you go left or right.
All right. We'll start this way.
Okay, you start walking down the hallway, and like I said, you get there's 4 doors down that hallway, and each one has a handprint. Although you do notice that the other ones were glowing a sort of orange color. These are glowing a green color.
Hmm. I shall. What do you think? Put my hand there?
So far, I mean, you can try, but if hasn't it been working with Galen opening the door so far? Maybe
I
we'd want to.
believe at the temple, one of somebody other than Galen was able to touch it.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
that was me. I opened the one door at the temple. That's
No,
why I
yeah,
figured
go
I
for
could
it.
try it again. Right.
Mhm.
I put my hand there.
You put your hand there, and the green light kind of flickers, and you hear a noise that sounds like a bee buzzing, but nothing happens.
Galen, maybe you want to put your hand on this thing?
Sure.
All right.
Okay, Galen, you put your hand there, and it flickers, and you hear it sounds like a bee buzzing.
Think?
There's a bee.
Does it sound like it's almost like a mechanical failure, like it's trying to open but it's not working?
Mm, you wouldn't say so. It's like you press it, and the door didn't even try to move. It's just the light flickered and it made a noise.
It probably goes bzzz.
Well, if that didn't work, then maybe try the other rooms. See if there's anything. But let
What about
Galen
that
do it.
door just to the south?
Yeah, Galen, go open it though, or try. Why don't you try and just directly you for now?
Okay, yeah, and like I said, all of these in this part of the hallway are this greenish color. So when you press this one, you get the same effect. All right. So what do you do?
You can go try the
There are more
other
doors to try.
hallway. Yep, the ones to your right. So go all the way to the opposite side of the hall.
One here, one here.
Yeah,
There's
these
two.
two give you the same effect. They have that same green color.
Right. So over here, do these have the same color?
Those are the normal orange color.
Then try those.
Okay.
All right, which one are you opening?
Start down here.
You're gonna do down there. All right, north or south?
North.
All right. All right, so you open the door slides open, and you see what reminds you a lot of an office back home, except you don't see any chair. But you do see a desk, you see another metal cabinet, and of course, lots of plants overgrowing everything. You also notice that the flooring looks different than most of the areas. It looks similar to the flooring in the storage area.
I go in. Is it very humid in here?
You go in, and it does feel a little humid, but not much worse than everywhere else in here.
Can check these metal cabinets and the desk.
Okay,
Yep,
you go.
I'll help him.
Sorry, go ahead.
Nope, I just said I was gonna help him. So if you had to make a roll, I was gonna help him.
Okay, in this case, it's a similar setup as those other cabinets. They don't open when you try to pull them open, and you have to basically spend 10 minutes each one to go through and manually unscrew the hinges. But you're able to do so, and inside the, I'm going to go ahead and move you to everybody else then. Inside the first one, you find another one of those small books, and when you leaf through it, it seems to be exactly the same as the first one you found. Um, in fact, you would say it's exactly the same in the sense that normally in your world, when you see books being copied, you see that the words may be the same, but they still look slightly different. But in this case, it looks exactly the same. In the second cabinet, you find two more of those slightly rectangular metal pieces with the that are the size of a coin. And in the third one, you find another one of those silver statues, although this one seems to be um, of probably an adult, you would guess. But he seems bulkier than the other ones. So that took Ragu about half an hour. So what's everybody doing during that half an hour?
Suddenly it occurred to me, I want to take Ire over to those west doors, see if he can open them.
Okay. So you have Ire put his hand there, and it makes a noise, and it does not open.
All right.
All right. So Oreo or Devok or Galen, what are you guys doing?
I don't think I'm really doing anything for right now.
How
I don't really know what's going on because I just got back a second ago. So
Okay, you guys can fill them in then.
what happened
What was the last thing you remember?
I was outside of that other room, like the one that
Well,
we sort of.
Ragu found some. Yeah, the humid room. Ragu found some items. We then decided to leave that area, go up through the trap room to the north, and we're exploring some hallways.
Yeah, and I guess the room then. Yeah.
Sorry, say that again.
I'll stay with Galen.
Okay.
'Cause they-
So Pico and Oreo, are you two doing? Oh yeah, Pico, you're busy carting Ire around and then taking him back. So Oreo, what are you doing?
how long does it take to attune to something in our game right now?
An hour, yeah.
But it has to be a consecutive hour, right? Like I mean, like a full hour. It can't
I
be like
believe
30
so,
minutes
yeah.
an hour. And okay, yeah, no, nothing. That's it.
However, obviously you could tell people to hang out in the area for an hour if you want.
I don't know if you guys are cool with it, then sure, but I don't want to hold back. So if
Because Ragu's taking half an hour on his own to get to those cabinets.
yeah, I would really like to attune to that thing, guys. So if you guys can hold off for an hour, that'd be really cool.
All right.
Okay. So
That'll
you're
be it for me.
spending your hour kind of relaxing and tuning, getting in tune with your dagger.
Yep, just because I want to understand what it has, what it's the traits for it. That's all.
Fair enough. All right, so you attune to it, and once you do so, you get the feeling that there are some hidden attributes, but you do know some things about it. You do know it's a +1 dagger, so it's +1 to hit. You do know it acts as a magical weapon, and you also know that in addition to normal dagger damage, it does an additional D4.
D4 of what type of damage? I
Um,
don't know that yet.
D4 of piercing damage. The extra damage is coming from the razor sharpness of the blade.
So it's still considered like just a piercing damage.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay. Thank you.
And it does, like I said before, it does count as a magical weapon when that kind of thing's important.
Cool. Thank you.
All right, so an hour passes. Gagu, you've opened up all of those metal cabinets. You've got this stuff inside. Hopefully, you added it to your inventory.
I did.
So, what are you guys gonna do?
Check the drawers in the desk, and that'll be about it for this room.
Okay, you check the drawers, and you find a um, a 1 inch wide. Sorry, 3 inch wide, 1 inch deep, green metal disc.
Is this disc got a button on it, or is it just a
It does
disc?
not. It's just a disc.
Okay.
One thing you do notice, though, now that you're holding this in front of you, is it seems to be the same color green as the hands.
Something to try.
All right. So you've got that. You don't find anything else in the desk. So what do you guys do?
Okay. We'll go back out this way. We can try opening these other doors that are okay, and then we can go back and explore them green ones again.
Alrighty. So which door you can open?
I'm gonna try this one next.
Okay. You open it up, and you see what looks a lot like another, look a lot like the room to the north, but there are no metal cabinets, just a lonely desk.
Shall we go in and check this out?
Okay, so yeah,
Anything on the walls or anything?
you enter, and since you're looking for it, back in the corner, you see near the floor. You see, sorry, not on the corner. Sorry, the corner of the desk. Sorry, near the bottom, you can see there's some scratches. It looks like two symbols. You don't recognize them, but they're different than the ones you've seen so far.
I quickly jot them down.
Okay.
All right, is there anywhere to use these symbols if I've never seen them before? Is there anything in the desk that might need symbols? Anything on the desk? Any panels on the walls?
Okay, you're searching the desk and the walls. Go ahead and make a perception or investigation check. And while you're doing that, what's everybody else doing?
Guess I'll see if either of these two doors here open.
Sure. You open them up. And Ragu, you're pretty sure that the drawers are empty and you don't see anything special about the walls. Pico and Davak, you've opened these two drawers. You see what looks like two more offices. You see some more of the metal cabinets. These cabinets seem to be open. You see that the contents are missing, and you can see that one of the doors is actually bent, as if somebody actually, kind of ripped it open. And you can see that this desk, you see that it had drawers, but you see the drawers are on the floor and broken into pieces. And to the north, you see another office, and it's in a very similar state. The metal doors have been opened, the drawers in the desk have been ripped apart.
Okay. So there's nothing in these.
Yeah, so you're looking inside, and it looks like they've been stripped bare.
Okay.
Doesn't look under both desks just to be sure.
Okay, yeah, you take a look. You can make a perception check if you want. Okay, yeah, you look underneath the desks and around, and underneath the plants and so on, and you're not finding anything.
Can I quickly go back into this room and check in the corner of the desk, the corners of the desk, to see if there's any more symbols written on this one that I might have missed?
Sure, yeah, you look around in the same kind of spots, and you don't see anything.
Okay.
Alrighty. So what do you do next? As you're thinking about what to do, you notice that the slithering noise coming from the north is actually multiple noises, um, and it seems like there's at least 3 or 4 sources, but you don't see anything.
I'm gonna head up north. I'm curious.
I was gonna say, wait a second, guys. As a total, how many green discs do we have?
I've got 3.
I've got 1. Anybody else holding any?
I
Some
didn't hold
people
any,
have some.
no.
Anyway, Galen,
Uh,
the noises were coming from behind this door.
Oh yeah? Okay. Huh.
Anyway, go ahead.
I take my green disc and see if there's any way to use it or interface it with this green handprint here, maybe,
Okay, you hold
or
up
the
the
door
green disc,
itself.
and the handprint changes orange.
Ah, they're just locked. Ready, guys? I'll go ahead and put my hand on the thing when they say they're ready.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. You open it. It slides open, and you see another one of those offices, and you see an automata just standing there, facing away from you.
Go ahead and shut the door.
Okay.
Okay, there's a fight in there. Are we feeling ready?
I guess so.
Okay, where's Galen? He ran
I'm
off
here.
by himself.
Here I am.
I'm here.
Okay. Alrighty. I'll go back here. Opens a door. There's only one. We'll see what happens. Do you want to try first, Galen? Maybe he'll be friendly.
Let me take a peeky. Seeing as the the thing popped up, I have not very high hopes. I don't know how to speak the language, so
Okay.
yeah, I'll try it. I'm gonna walk in.
I was gonna
All
say,
right.
I'll
You
just
walk
run
in,
in.
and
Mm-hmm.
as soon as you walk in, it turns around and it looks at you, Galen, and it opens its mouth, and some screeching noises come out, and then it seems to be waiting. What do you do?
You
Can I?
recognize that, Galen?
Do I? Oh no.
It's the same as the previous one, so unfortunately, you do not.
Can I
I
try
cast.
and just?
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, what's up? No, you do your thing first.
I
Why it's
cast
not a
minor
good
illusion
idea.
to mirror its question back to itself.
Oh yeah, I was just gonna see if I could say the same thing back.
Okay, you mirror the same thing back, and then you see it look around, and then and then it looks back at you, and it opens its mouth real wide, and this wailing noise starts coming out of it. What do you do?
What the hell is it saying?
Uh, I'm pretty sure that's the alarm. Attack quickly.
No, that's not the
All
alarm.
right, roll initiative.
What? Raku, you asshole.
All right. Well, I got a 15. You guys do something different first. I'm pretty sure it's just calling for its friends now.
I don't think so. If that's their language, then we can't just assume that everything it says is attack.
Okay, okay.
It's
Well,
too late. I think you already
Well, you
showed
oh,
your
not-
you've got the highest initiative.
yeah, you can do whatever you want there. I've got a pretty low initiative, actually.
So Galen, it is now your turn. It's just wailing. It hasn't moved yet. So what are you gonna do?
I'm gonna
What if you
try and
point at your
wail
throat or
back.
something?
Yeah, I'll point to my throat and try to make wailing noises, but like fail at it, if that makes sense.
That
Like try
does.
to say what he's saying.
Go ahead and make a performance check.
Performance, okay. All right. I'm not super great at performance, but let's give it a try. Ah, god damn it. Okay, so 12. not
Yeah,
good.
you attempt to wail. It's more of a croaking noise.
Well, hold on. Let me use favored by the gods. I'm gonna
Okay.
use favored by the gods. So I'm gonna roll an extra 2d4. So
That'd be
15.
15. The wailing gets a little better, but it doesn't seem to have any effect. So that was your action. You've noticed that does not seem to be responding in any way you notice. It just keeps wailing. You do still have a bonus action and movement.
I'm not gonna do anything, honestly. Or wait,
Are you
is there
sure?
something that I have that I could show it that would make it think I'm friendly?
Is there?
Don't know. Don't think so. What if I...
Can I move or no?
When your turn
Can
comes
I
up.
can I
Okay.
grab one of the books from you guys?
Yeah, because I was going to hand you the green metal disc and see if that works.
Yeah,
Like,
I'm gonna
see, I have a key.
or the green metal disc would work too. What do you guys think? Disc or book?
Disc. Book. I changed my mind.
So what's your vote?
I hand you the disc and a little pocket book on top of it.
So you
Okay,
get to
I'll
choose,
show it.
Galen.
What was that, Jeremy?
You get to choose.
Okay, I'm gonna start with the book.
Okay. You show it the book, and its eyes turn red. And I think
Oh,
that's
it
the end
doesn't
of your
like the
turn.
book. It doesn't like the book.
All right, Devok. The thing has stopped wailing. Its eyes are red. What are you
Wait,
gonna
maybe
do?
it likes the book? I don't know. Let's see if it murders
What?
me. I'm willing to take some damage. See if it
Why
murders
don't you
me.
move out of the doorway?
It's too late. I already used my bonus action.
Well,
Wait,
you can still move afterwards. So if you want to move, go ahead.
I kind of don't. I kind of just want to see.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Devok, go ahead.
I wait until I see what happens.
Okay, fair enough. All right, Pico. It stopped wailing. Its eyes are red. What are you gonna do?
Shoot, I'm thinking about staying outside of the room and let's see, I thought I saw something with readied actions like that you could also do movement. I was actually thinking about waiting for it to come out, and if it attacked anybody, I'd attack it and run.
So yeah, when you do a ready to action, you can either do an action or move.
Well, I'll just go ahead and just stay kind of hidden behind the door or just to the side, and if it comes out and attempts to attack anybody, then I'll go ahead and attack it
Okay,
with a booming blade.
fair enough. Let me go ahead. I dealt that in a minute. Alrighty, so the automata at this point in time is staring at Galen and attempts to stab him in the throat.
Oh, so it is mad.
It's very bad.
It missed.
Unfortunately, you were looking right at him, so you knew that was coming. Actually, Pico, you had a ready to action. What was your ready to action before we move on?
To attack it with booming blade if it attacked anybody.
Okay, do your booming blade then.
All right.
Yes, he's dying.
Why didn't he like the book?
I don't know. What's inside
that
the book?
failed.
Did we ever read the book?
We could
Yeah, we
not read
did.
the
It's
book.
like weird shit. It's
No.
like weird language. It's the Screechy language, but written down.
Maybe it maybe I don't know. Maybe it's like the opposite of the Bible for them. You know what I'm saying?
I feel like
Or
it
maybe he
is.
recognized he stole it.
No, yeah, that's what
Maybe.
I'm thinking. I think it like belonged to the workers here, and he was like, "Hey, what's your worker code?" Or like, "What's your worker number?" Or like identification. And I was just like, "I have a book." He's like, "How the fuck did you get that?"
All right, Pico. So your attack missed. Is that the end of your turn? Or that's your only action? Okay. And Ragu, did you have a held action? I forget.
No, because I just figured that once it
hasn't
started
gone yet.
screeching.
Okay, fair
yeah.
enough. All right, so Oreo, the automata attempted to stab Galen in the throat. So what are you gonna do?
Yep, no, that's not good. So I'm gonna go in here first, and then is he right up against the table, or is
Those are 5 foot hexes, so there's some distance between him and the table.
so can I still be behind him? Technically, is my point.
You can basically climb on top of the table and attack him from there, I suppose. Or you
As long as
actually
I got
want to stand
flanking-
between him and the table.
Well, I need the flanking position, so that's why I wanted to know if it's possible for me to do it in the situation that he's in right now.
Yeah.
That's my goal. And
Yep,
then
no
I'm
problem.
gonna stab him first.
Okay,
And then
go ahead.
with my offhand, I'm gonna use the fancy new dagger. That works.
All right, the dagger stabs into him, and you're not sure if it's specifically automata, but it does double damage. So he takes 10
And
points of damage.
and I will stay put.
Didn't her fancy dagger do an extra D4 of damage on top of that?
Yeah,
or-
why don't you check the damage? It says there
Oh,
2d4.
the roll.
Yeah.
Okay, sorry.
Yep. That's it.
All right. All right, Ragu, you saw that Oreo's dagger was more effective than you would expect. So what are you going to do?
I'm gonna step in here. And I still
Oh.
have advantage because they're flanked right there.
Yeah.
There's one more piece of damage that I forgot to add there. Jeremy, sorry.
Your
Oh,
sneak
your
attack?
sneak attack for
Yeah,
having
go ahead.
advantage.
All right. Wait, I did that. I'm sorry. I think I did it to you. I meant to do it to the creature. Oh, jeez.
Ow.
Sorry about that.
No running with scissors.
There you go. All right, go ahead, Ragu.
Okay. I'm gonna swing away.
All right, he manages to avoid that,
For follow up.
and that as well.
Arr.
And we're now on round 2, not round 100, fortunately. And before we begin, there's something I have to do. Descending. All right, Galen, you're up. The creature tried to stab you in the throat. What are you going to do?
Yeah, that wasn't very nice. I'm gonna go ahead and cast shock on it. And there was something about the spell that I noticed earlier that I hadn't been doing. When I attack something wearing armor made of metal, I get a advantage. So would I get advantage on these guys?
Technically their body is metal, but I suppose.
Okay.
At least for now.
Well, wait a minute. Doesn't they have vulnerability to that kind of damage?
They do, but that doesn't give you advantage to hit. That just doubles the damage.
No,
Yeah,
but
but-
it occurred to me that that would matter still.
It's
Anyway.
just because shocking grasp has like a metal thing.
Yeah,
I didn't know if
I
it
think
would
it
apply.
applies. It sounds reasonable. Go
Okay.
ahead.
Cool.
Of course, you're flanking them, so you would have had advantage anyway. That hits.
Okay.
All right.
2 damage.
So yeah, you get double damage.
But
So
I
then-
can run away from the evil man, so that's all that matters.
You sure can. Alrighty, Devok, you can see that the automata is trying to kill Galen. What are you gonna do?
I will shoot the automata. I guess I can see it from there. I'll shoot it from
Okay.
there.
That's a hit. Solid 5 points of
Nice.
damage.
And that's my turn.
Fair enough. Alright, Pico. You see the automata is at just over half health. What are you gonna do?
All right, let's see. Actually, where is it relative to one? Yeah, this looks like a good spot to be. I will go ahead and attack with my main claw.
Which is a hit. So yeah, a decent 8 damage.
I'll hit with my offhand
And
claw.
that also hits.
Oh wow.
Their AC is 16.
Yep.
That's it.
All right. I'm gonna bail out of the room.
Okay.
2, 3, 4, 5. This seems like a good spot.
Alright. So the automata then rushes forward. Ragu and Oreo, you both get your opportunity attacks if you want to take them.
Yep.
Okay, so that missed. And Ragu, your 13 missed. Because he's not flanked anymore.
Yeah, I didn't. I forgot to
All
take
right.
off advantage.
Anyway, and he is attempting to stab Galen in the throat.
No, not again.
He misses, but you can
Wait a
see.
second. Didn't he get hit with booming blade, or was that one round too many ago?
I missed with that.
Oh, okay. I apologize.
Fair enough. Anyway, you can see Galen as his sword arm, strikes near your throat. That he's just staring straight at you, and you get the impression that he's going to keep stabbing you until you die or it dies.
Yeah, whatever.
All right, Ragu, you see the automata just ran away, ignoring the opportunity attacks to get to Galen. What are you going to do?
I'm gonna run up, and I'm gonna have to bash him.
Okay.
And technically, Galen's flanking him, even though he doesn't really want to be.
Yep. That's critical hit. For 18 points of damage, but it's still alive.
Follow up.
That is also a hit. And he gets smashed to the ground. Oreo, the creature, the automata in front of you has been smashed, but you can hear movement from the end of the hallway. So what are you going to do? From behind those doors.
I'm just going to hold an action. If they get within melee with me, then I'll attack it.
Fair enough. Alrighty. So you see one of the doors slide open, and you see the automata rush up. Obviously going for Galen. It's interesting that his eyes are glowing red, and it's interesting that it knew what target to go after already. And Oreo, make your attack. And its steady march unnerves you, and you miss. Okay, so in that case, he's going to attack Galen with the sword, which a 13, I believe that still misses you, right, Galen?
Yep, 13 is perfect because that's my AC, I believe. With
Oh, if that's your AC, then that's a hit. Because if they get the same number as your AC,
oh yeah,
then it hits.
One second.
It's like a DC roll.
Let me check what mage armor puts it at.
Sure.
Mage armor should make it a 16, I think.
It's
Oh wait, no, sorry, that adds that differently.
13 plus dex, and I think my dex is 0.
Okay, so it is 13.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
Oh, right. Why did I roll again? All right, so it does hit, and it stabs you in the shoulder for 5 points of damage.
Ouch.
And then the door to the north opens up,
No, stop them.
and another one rushes in.
They're gonna kill me.
He steps into the same hex as the other one in order to stab you. He misses,
Oh, thank
and
God.
then steps back.
So opportunity attack from
Yep.
both of us?
From both of you, yep. That's a hit. So 11 points. Nice solid hit. And go ahead, Galen. If you want to take it, you get yours as well.
Oh, I get an attack of opportunity?
Yeah, because he rushed up to attack you and then moved away.
Can I use spells as
You can
attack
use a
of
Can use a
cantrip.
cantrip.
Yeah, cantrip? Okay,
Yep.
perfect. Then
Yeah.
I will shocking grasp that one as well.
Yeah, you can't use first level spells without a feat for attack of opportunity.
Cool.
Critical hit.
Sweet.
So that's 14 points of damage with your shocking grasp.
Nice.
So he's at about half health. And we're at round 3. So Galen, you're they want you dead. What are you gonna do?
Yeah, guys, we might want to run away. I'm thinking about using fireball.
I think that's yes, that
We
is
can
not
handle it?
necessarily. Yeah,
Okay.
fireball's not necessary. It's a little overkill.
Okay. I mean, it's maybe for you guys, but you're not getting slaughtered by murder bots.
Yeah, get
Yeah,
down by
what's gonna
Pico.
happen when you try to disengage one? Actually,
Yeah,
that's
true.
what you should do. Just disengage to get out of there.
Yeah,
I
get
could
down by Pico.
also, I might, no, that wouldn't work because they don't do that. And that's not worth my time. So, I'll just wait.
I'd disengage and run north. I just
Well, I'm gonna hit the other one that I haven't hit with shocking grasp first.
If
And then
you
I can-
just so you know, if you do that, disengage takes an action unless you have a special ability.
Well, shocking grasp removes their reaction, so they
Fair
won't
enough.
be able to attack.
Yep.
Perfect.
Because I
Go ahead.
hit the other one with it as well.
Yep.
Which actually helps me a lot then.
Yeah, I got you. I'll get out of here.
That's a hit.
Okay.
So
Does
6 points.
damage. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna cower behind Pico.
Fair enough.
Fair warning, I'm not going to be here for long.
No,
All
fair.
right.
Yeah.
Davak, there's those two automata are after Galen. What are you gonna do?
Okay. I will also move back, and then I will shoot Automata 5.
Okay. That's it.
Nice. 10. There you go.
Solid hit. All right, that the end of your turn. All right, Pico. Do you see the automata there? They're clearly going to continue going after Galen in one form or another. So what are you going to do?
Okay, I'm going to run here, and I'm going to attack the one in the back with Booming Blade.
I believe you would have had to run past this guy's melee. Oh, he doesn't have a reaction. You're right. Go ahead.
Exactly. Otherwise, I'd have attacked him instead.
Fair enough. So automata 6. Critical hit. All right, so that's 10 points. He's still alive. Go ahead and move him down so you can see his health. All right.
Nice.
Is that the end of your turn?
Yes.
Fair enough. All right, Ragu. Automata 6 is nearly dead. Automata 5 has over half health, but it's also damaged. What are you going to do?
I shall run past Ori. And I'll get into this position here. This isn't a flanking because it's just walls, or is there?
Yeah, you would have to. If this guy wasn't here and you were there, then it'd be flanking against that guy. But because this guy's there, he's kind of putting you off.
Well, yeah, that's what I was thinking about. One of these guys would be okay. All right, I'm going to go ahead and hit Automata 6.
Okay, go for it.
5 might make a little more sense.
You are correct. Never mind. 5.
Okay, that hits. All right, decent hit. 5 points of damage.
I love it.
Actually, a follow-up attack on 6 might be good if you had something minor.
I do, but I just hit him. All right.
So is this 5 or 6?
This is 6. Swung a sword at him and punched him in the face.
Fair enough. That hits. Automata 6 is now at 1/5 of his health. Is that the end of your turn?
That is.
All right, Oreo. Automata 5 is still over half health. Automata 6 is at 1/5 health. What are you going to do?
And I flank number 6 from being
You
there.
mean number 5? Yeah.
Number 5, I
Yeah.
guess. Yes. Yeah. Okay. So,
Number 5, soon not to be alive.
That hits. All right. Are you going to do your, there you go. That's, okay, so that's 12.
and then I'm gonna go offhand with the dagger again.
That hits. And so it actually does double. And now, Oreo, you know that against automata and golems, your dagger does double damage.
Cool. And that's my turn.
All right. Automata 5 is going to ignore the two of you. And he's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yep, he is going to he's going to fire one of his projectiles over toward Devok and Galen, with the idea of hitting Galen, of course. So both of you make your DC 15 dex save.
That's a big roll.
That is a big roll. We're gonna get shooted.
Wait.
So if you make it, which Devok did, you take 5 points,
Yeah.
and you will take 5 points, and neither of you get knocked prone. Automata 6 is out of range to do that. So he is going to stab Pico. Actually, no. He is going to just run, and all of you get your tax of opportunity against him.
Boom! So the first opportunity attack is going to be Booming Blade.
Okay. Looks like Oreo missed. Ragu, go ahead and take yours, and Pico take your regular opportunity attack. Ragu, that hit. And he dies. All right.
So just a bunch of spare parts come falling out here.
Exactly. So this is round 3. Galen, you just suffered a more burning from one of those explosions, and Automata 5 is gonna, he's just gonna throw another one if he gets the chance. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna shoot him with my firebolt.
Okay.
Does it, if
Is
since we're
he-
flanking him, can he get advantage?
He does, yes.
Yeah.
And don't forget you've got doors you can hide in there.
Yep.
Okay, that hits. Okay,
Is he
solid
dead?
7 points. He is not dead.
Okay. Hiding.
Fair enough. All right, Devok, you know the drill. He's almost dead, but if he survives, he's probably going to go after Galen. What are you going to do?
Shoot. I will shoot him.
An advantage.
Unfortunately, oh yeah, you do have advantage. Go ahead and roll again.
Good.
That
Nice.
hits.
5.
Good hit, but he still survives.
Alright.
Is that the end of your turn?
Unfortunately.
All right, Pico. Automata 5 is still focused on Galen, but he's still alive. What are you going to do?
All right. I'm going to go ahead and hit with my Weak Claw.
That
Oh, wow.
hits, and he still survives.
Good thing I have a...
And that does not hit.
Uh,
And I'll just tell you, he has 2 hit points left.
I guess I should have gone in with Booming Blade. Oh well.
All right,
That's okay. I'm sure Oreo will make short work of him.
Ragu,
Wait a minute. Don't I get advantage from where I'm parked?
you do.
Flanking.
Yeah.
You can see if you get a crit.
Well, it'd
Well, you can
be
try the second
actually
one.
I could do that for the first attack and then see if I don't miss the second one.
Go
Yeah.
for it. Okay, no crit and no miss, or no hit.
Yeah.
All right, Ragu.
Swing away.
That hits. Can you do 2 points of damage? You can. All right. So they are all dead, and the halls go silent once more outside of the slithering noises coming from the north. So what are
There's
you going to do?
piles of fallen apart automata here in the hallway now.
There is, yes.
Now that I know what I'm looking for, can I pick up like a second or third fire grenade?
Maybe. Go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Ori, want to get down and help me with these?
Yep.
Yes, thank you. I find nothing.
Oh, Jesus.
Just bits. Apparently, none of the grenades made it. Or sorry, none of the fire cylinders made it.
Hey, then you can come out now.
I don't know. I don't trust you guys.
The fact you're saying that and you're still hitting is kind of funny.
Yeah,
you
just
know,
the
you're the
open
one
door.
who
I don't
tried to
trust.
talk to them.
Yeah, I
Right.
knew it was going to attack. See, if I'd been standing in front, you wouldn't have gotten hit so hard.
That's fair. I am going to heal myself, so give me a second.
Okay.
3 plus
And while he's
7.
healing, what's everybody else doing?
Jeez, wouldn't it have been so much better if I'd been in here completely exhausted?
Actually, curiosity here, Jeremy, with Galen. Since I have a medicine specialty right now, can I help him with that roll so he can roll advantage with that healer's kit?
He doesn't have to make a roll for
I
it to
don't
work.
roll, yeah.
Oh, I thought the roll the d6. Never mind. Got it.
He's just
Keep going.
rolling effect.
Yep. Got it.
Although, wow, Ragu, you're really channeling Archon Silas today.
I am vengeance.
What?
Alrighty. So what do you guys do?
Well, we've got a northern hallway to explore, along with some probably far nastier than mere snakes in one room.
Did we want to see what was in these offices?
Oh, yeah.
All right. So Ragu, what are you doing?
We're going to open up the lockers and check the desks, and I tell everybody about how I found the secret symbols on the corner of the desk on the bottom scratched in, so they have an idea what to be looking for.
Can I do a check with Dungeon Delver again with the feet? See if I can spot it.
Yep.
Or anything else?
And these metal cabinets seem to be shut. So, Ragu, are you doing your thing, or are you just gonna leave them?
I'm doing my thing.
Fair
And
enough.
actually, I'm curious. You said it's like a black box on one side and a black box on the other.
Yeah.
I, as a player, relate that to door maglocks. Is there any way I can figure that part out? Oh, these two things are kind of like magnets. When you put them together, it's hard to open.
Well, you can figure out that they kind of stick together unless you can kind of pry them open at an angle, but you don't know why that's the case.
Okay. All right, but yeah, that's what I'll do. I'll go ahead and use my Tinker Tools, get these lockers open, see what we can find.
Fair enough. And Oreo, you're searching around the desk. You find that in the corner somebody scratched in 2 symbols. And if you point that out to Ragu, he'll tell you that they're different symbols than the ones he found. And in the drawer, you find a small red disc that is about an inch, 3 inches wide, and an inch deep.
Okay.
All right, is this a button disc or a hall pass disc?
It's there's no button. It's just a solid disk.
But I'll say that I'll put it in my inventory, and I'll show you the symbols.
Okay.
Okay.
And Ragu is busy dealing with the metal cabinets. So Pico, what are you doing?
And checking this room. I'm going to check the desk first, especially for the symbols.
Okay, you check the desk, and you notice that this is one of those desks where the drawers were ripped apart. And you notice that the metal cabinets are all torn open and the contents are missing. And you see like a scratch, like a gouge in the metal floor. It's not very deep or thick, but it's definitely there. Like somebody's dragged out something heavy.
Hmm.
And Devak, and what are you doing while everybody else is searching stuff?
I guess I'll. I'm not too sure. Have we already been in all of these rooms?
No, just this one. There's the last 3 rooms.
Then I guess I'll
With
go check out.
Did you guys remember how to get them open, or are they open from the automata, or?
The automata opened them.
All right, so Devak, you see a desk and you see the metal cabinets. So what are you doing?
Hey, check out the cabinets.
All right, you try to pull them open and you're unable to do so. Um, one of them is closed. The other two look like they've been ripped apart and have the contents have been removed.
Let's see.
But this one is closed, but you're unable to open it up with brute force.
Ask Oreo if it's like locked or something, if you can unlock it.
Yeah, sure. I will come over and help and see if it's something that I can unlock or if it's something similar to what Ragu had to pull off.
It seems to be something similar to Ragu's. There's a handle, but there's no obvious locking mechanism.
Then I whistle for Ragu to come over.
And he's still busy, so we'll just fast forward
Yeah.
beyond that. All right, so Ragu, you get these things open. You find 2 more of those small books, and again, they're exact duplicates of the other ones. And you find 1 more of the silver statues. This one seems to be another child. And then if you go back, you can work on that locker, and if you do so, you'll find yet another one of those books. So for a total of 3.
Okay. So we found 3 of those books, plus the 2 I found earlier, and 1 statuette, and the red key, or disc, and that was it in here?
Yep.
Is there anything else I'm missing?
Nope, you've been searching around. You saw Oreo did find something here, the symbols, and she relayed you the information.
Okay, and I wrote them down. I've got all 4 symbols written down now.
Okay. All right. So yeah, you were able to search. So that's you were able to get those 3 rooms squared away.
What's the deal with this door here? Did
The
somebody
hand is glowing green.
Makes the bee noise, I believe.
didn't
Yeah.
Ragu figure out that it was just
Yeah.
locked? So
Yeah, everybody who has a green disc, you can take the green disc and hold it up, and it'll take the green handprint and turn it orange. And then
somebody
we can
do
open
that.
it.
Okay.
I don't have a. Actually, I do have a green disc. I was handed one. Actually, do
I
you
was-
want to take that back, Pico? Write that back in your inventory.
Not Pico.
Oh,
That
not
was the
Pico,
only
sorry,
one that
Ragu.
Ragu had. Yeah, Pico, you've got like 3 of them though, don't you?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, Oreo, you find a room with 2 desks. The lockers have all been ripped apart, so there's nothing in there. And the desks do have some drawers, although some of those drawers have also been ripped to pieces.
I still want to make a dungeon over feet check.
Okay, go ahead. Okay, so inside of one of the desks, as you pull out the bits of metal from the drawers, it looks like whoever ransacked the place missed something. and you find a flawless. It looks like a pearl. You're not sure what else it would be, but it's the size of your fist.
Oh, jeez.
Well, you found a cue ball.
I'm gonna try and sneakily put it into my bag.
Go ahead and make a stealth check, and Galen, go ahead and make a perception check.
Okay. Any type?
Oh
Just
wait, isn't
normal
it sleight of hand?
Oh, that's fair. Go ahead and do sleight of hand.
Me?
No,
No.
Oreo, you're still making a perception check.
Oh, it's at least a
Alright.
little better.
Let me make sure my advantage.
And
is
how much
on.
does it weigh?
It weighs 2 pounds.
I don't
Oh.
know what it is.
And Galen, you don't see anything.
Yeah, nothing.
You're just not looking her
nothing-
direction.
Nothing's standing out.
All right.
Ragu, do you still want to check the lockers in here? It looks beaten up, but maybe you find something.
Yes, I do.
All right. So yeah, you go and check them out, and it looks like again that the metal's been bent and ripped in some cases, and given how strong the metal is, you're still confused on how that's happening. But otherwise, you
is
don't
there
find
any-
anything.
All right.
I want to check the claws and see if that damage looks identifiable as far as being Kylon related, or if it might have been more due to automata.
Sure. Go ahead and see. I guess it'd probably be a survival check.
Nope.
Yeah, it's hard to tell what made the marks. Alrighty. So, what do you guys do?
This is time to check the northern hallway. Are these doors locked at all?
They are the orange color, the same one you're used to seeing.
And it's the
You wanna
one
check
to the
out
right
that
of me
slither?
that's slithery?
Yeah, this direction.
Yeah, that's the slither door.
I don't know, that's a good idea, but I guess we can try it. You seem to be happy to be a guinea pig today.
Yeah, fair enough.
Do you
Open
want
it
to
up.
do?
So you're
Do
opening
this
the
one
door
first?
to the right.
Yeah. Do you want to do this one first, or do you want to do the fight door last?
Isn't this the
Galen
fight
seemed to
door?
want to do that first. The
Let's
right
just-
door is.
Yeah, let's get it out of the way.
Okay, so you open up the door, and you see what looks like a storage area, and the slithering noise is definitely coming from inside the few barrels that are not broken.
Okay, I don't like that. They got like snake in a barrel or something.
And you said they're not open?
Well, no, I said the ones that are not broken. So
Oh.
basically, just this one really, because these are broken here, and these are open. So it'd be coming from this barrel here.
Before everybody goes racing in there, can I put a hand on Galen's shoulder and a hand on Ori's shoulder? And it's like, leave us see what we have first, yes, before we walk in the door?
Well, we saw that there was nothing in here.
Right.
You heard that there's something in there, though.
Yeah, no,
Yes.
there's something in the barrel, which is
Yeah,
locked. The
but
closed barrel.
Listen, the only reason I even
It's-
came in here is because Galen came in here first, and I don't want him to be bitten all of a sudden at a random. So that's
My
why-
understanding is that the barrel's not broken. It doesn't mean that it's closed.
Oh. I thought
And
it
not
was
only
from
that,
the
what
closed
broke out
barrel.
of the other barrels. That's why I grabbed you both by the shoulder here and kept you from actually just walking in. And I said, Pico, my friend, we do know how to open the barrels. We've learned that in the automata cave. Do you think your mage hand could pull it off?
Well, actually, are they open, or I mean?
So this one does not seem to be open. It seems to be closed. These are
Okay.
broken,
Yeah.
and these are open.
Yeah, and whatever the broken ones or the open ones, whatever was in there making slithery noises has gotten out, which we cannot see, but we cannot say that they're not in the room. And then this one here will tell us what we're dealing with if we can open that one up from a distance.
Well, okay, so the far one is open but not broken, right?
Yes.
This one's open but not broken. This one's open but not broken. This one is broken, open.
Yeah, you
This
can
one
see
is
the little
broken,
pieces
open.
coming off of it.
Yeah.
I cast Mage Hand and then send it in with my grappling hook to hook the top of one of the open barrels.
Okay.
Then I'm going to pull on my rope to tip it over and see what we can see inside.
Okay. You tip it over, and you see that the holes in the side, at least some of them, it appears to be something is kind of melted through the metal, and you see that there are gouges all on the inside of the metal. So
There
it
was
looks
something
like
alive in there.
whatever was in there was melting it from the inside out.
That's not good. I'm going to try that with that other open barrel in the back.
The barrels in the back just seem to be empty.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think whatever was in there was alive and got out, so we don't know what it is. We can open the last barrel and see if there's anything alive in there, or we can just set up, I think, a decoy to see if anything hiding in the middle of the bushes comes out.
How did these barrels open again?
There's some mechanism at the top. You basically kind of like a lever kind of thing, and it unlocks it, and then you can twist it off.
Okay, I
Yeah,
guess I'll use Mage Hand to do that then.
Okay, you're going to open up the barrel then.
Although, wait, you said we heard multiple. Didn't you say something like 4 sources of that?
Yeah,
multiple slithering
they're
noises.
all coming from inside that barrel, but they're moving around enough that eventually you're able to make out that it was four independent things rather than just one thing.
Oh, but they're not all loose in here as well, whether we can see them or
Mm,
not. They're all literally coming from that barrel.
Yeah.
In that case, yeah, maybe we don't open it just yet.
Yeah, I mean, if they're trying to get out, that may take a little while. Oh, that's actually another good question. I'm going to hook a barrel again and then pull it all the way out. Looking at it, does it look like the melting went from the outside in or the inside out?
It looks like it's from the inside out.
Oh, man. Are we sure we want to even get into that?
Fire snakes.
Yeah,
Huh?
I don't know if we want to actually.
We probably don't want to open the fire snake barrel. Come to think
Yeah.
of it.
Yeah, we can try and see what's in the metal boxes if they're not making sounds, but other than that, yeah, that barrel should probably be either left alone or contained in some other way. Oh, we can contain them in another way.
Such as.
I cast Tenseer's floating disc, and we float this barrel back down the hallway to that other room where we have all the dirt, and we just throw the barrel over the dirt and let it get blown up on its own.
I'm not sold on that idea because if it was safe enough to do that, we could just go in the room and not worry about the barrel.
Well, I thought there were going to be loose snakes hiding in the foliage. I thought somebody would step on something and get bit by surprise.
Well, that chest is, we've opened that kind before, right?
Yes.
I'm going to try and open that with Mage Hand.
Okay. Inside, you can just make out some dark metallic clothing, very similar to the one you found before.
I'm going to go ahead and pull that out.
You do so, and it looks like it fits a humanoid, probably roughly 6 feet tall,
Mm-hmm.
and it weighs a pound.
Uh,
Yeah.
Ragu, could you cast up a small mirror real quick?
Bet you I could. Go ahead and do so.
All right, so I want to take a mirror and then use Mage Hand to hover it over the chest and just kind of aim it around a bit so I can get a look inside.
It looks very similar to the other one. It looks like it's mostly just padding, some sort of foamy material. But it looks like it's meant to protect the clothing.
I think we're good with this room unless anybody else feels like their life expectancy is too high.
No, No, the question is, do we want to deal with it now, or do we deal with it when we wind up coming back here? Or,
Yeah.
or
I was kind of
do we
voting
let
for dealing with it never, at least not for now. I don't think there's anything of value in there other than injury.
Okay, I agree.
Let's go ahead and check the other rooms.
Okay, so at this point in time, we have. Actually, no. We'll go ahead and do these rooms, and then we'll call the session. So I'm just gonna go ahead and open the doors. And so yeah, you guys can check them out. You can see that there are more storage rooms. You can see that it's mostly open or broken pieces. You do see that there's one of those boxes here, two up here, and one over here. But you do not see anything else of value in there. But in each box, if you open it up, you do find one of those a set of one of those metal sets of clothing. So you find a total of 4 of them.
All right. Who's carrying these things? I guess I'll carry
been.
a set.
I've got a set, but I can carry more. I've got the strength now.
And yeah, you guys can move your characters if you want to see what each of the rooms looks like.
I'll be in a second.
Yep, no problem.
All right.
Whilst we're waiting here, can I just go ahead and whip up a quick identify? I know it's muddled, but it gives us a clue.
What are you trying to identify?
The clothing.
Okay, sure. So yeah, you cast identify, and you get the impression that it seems like it protects you against something. Not in the sense of being AC exactly, or at least probably, but against something else.
Okay. And with the one I found in the back, plus these 4, we have a total of 5.
2, 3, 4, 5. Sounds right.
Okay.
I thought
I'm wondering.
there were 2 found ahead of the 4 that were found right now.
No, it was just the one set. It was 2 pieces, but they were sewed together.
4 times 30. Alrighty, so yeah, I think we're going to go ahead and call the session here. It's just getting close to the end. I'm just calculating your experience now.
Okie
Right.
dokie.
I had an experiment if anybody wanted to do it, or do we wait till next time?
What's your idea?
That the closing will protect us from the turrets. It'll make us look like Galen.
I think we should try that next time.
Okay.
Sounds like it'll take a while.
Okay. And did everybody fail at least twice? I kind of feel like everybody did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure about that. I know I failed a booming blade attack, but I don't think I necessarily failed anything else. I've got Ragu missing an opportunity attack.
And
Oreo missed 2. Devok missed 2. I've got Galen
Yeah.
missing a performance check.
I whiffed it on both my main attack and bonus attack, so that was one whole round where I missed. So that's
Okay.
2.
So in that case, there's the experience total. So total of 390, 150 being encounters, 120 from exploration, and 120 from treasure. In this case, treasure counts artifacts as well as things that might potentially be useful or valuable. So I think that'll be the end. So I'll go ahead and stop recording.